Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Geelong Zone. Here with our segment, Ray's Bomber Corner. We'll get Ray and Void on very shortly. This is the Essendon versus Adelaide watchalong at Etihad Stadium, or Marvel, or the Telstra Dome, whatever you want to call it, or the Colonial Stadium, if you want to go that way back. So yeah, basically a watch along today, a new segment. We did this last week during the Hawks game, and it worked out pretty well. So we thought we would try it again. I think Ray and Void will be there momentarily, so we'll just hold the fort and we'll let them talk about the game. Evening, Lucas, Ray, and Void. Soon as they come on, I will just head off. I'll still do the commentary, but I'll let them talk about the game for 10 minutes, and have their thoughts on it. Still 10 minutes away from the game. We are watching it on the KO. So if you want to sync up, more than welcome to. But I'm going to probably let Ray and Void take over a little bit more than what they did last time. Definitely turn that down because I don't want to get copyrighted. Yeah, we'll let Ray and Void take over just a little bit more than they did last time. So we're just waiting for them to get on. Right. We've got the changes in for you. If you want to read them out and explain why they're in and why they're dropped, I'll just leave the.
Okay, so I'll start with the changes for Essendon. So here we've got ins are Langford, Brian Jones, Unwin, and Johnson. So first of all, Brian is in because he was out last week with a bit of soreness, and he's taking place of Blackiston. Jones is in. He's had a really good game in the back line in the VFL the week before. He's sort of got one more year on his contract, but he's sort of struggling to find a place. And he's also had a lot of horrific injuries in his early career. So we'll see how he goes. I'm assuming he's playing in backline. He was drafted as a forward originally. Langford is back from suspension. So he was suspended for a high hit on one of the opposition players in 2 weeks ago. He just had a week. And Johnson has been in good form in the VFL, and he has come back from injury and sort of played 3 or 4 good weeks in the VFL. Unwin is also, he's only a second-year player, and he is one of those little small forwards, but not super small, but very, very fine, very crafty type player. And he's had a lot of injuries this year too. So he's sort of in for, I think it's his first game this year. So we will see how he goes. But he's very, very small player. So very fine build, not super muscly, but he's quite a bit of a goal sneak. So we'll see how he goes. The outs are Ridley, who had got a Liz Frank injury, Ben Mackay, who was omitted, Blackiston, who's omitted for Brian, Roby is injured. He has a knee injury, but he'll be fine for pre-season. And Nick Cox is omitted. So I'm a little bit annoyed about Nick Cox being omitted, mainly because he is up. His contract is up this year, and he's had a lot of really long-term injuries. So it's really going to be a struggle for them to give him another year. He kicked 7 the week before in the VFL, but didn't do much in his game back into the first. So, but sometimes you need a week or two to sort of find your feet. So they're the ins for Essendon. Adelaide has a few omissions as well. So they've got Mark Keane's in, Archie's in, Braden Cook is in, Billy Dowling, Archie Ludwig, and Oscar Ryan. And out are Wayne Miller, which is a big loss for them, Sam Berry, who's also injured, Finbar Maley, who is omitted, James Peatling is injured, and Nick Murray and Toby Murray are both omitted. So there's quite a few changes in both sides for this lineup.
Thank you for the ins and outs, Ray. My player watch for you today that you can explain a bit about this player. Well, we all know this player is Langford, as you said, back from suspension. He is today's player watch. What are you expecting from him today?
It will be really interesting where they decide to play him. Langford is one of those players where they actually sort of shift him around a lot. And sometimes that's a little bit detrimental to his game in general. But sometimes this year he's been playing forward, sometimes on the wing, sometimes in the back line off half back. So it'll be interesting to see where they actually play him. He's actually very good on the wing, but being on the wing, he's more prone to injuries. So when he was playing in only the forward line, he had a very solid year and kicked a lot of goals. But obviously we have a lot of forwards and we need a lot of help around the ground. So he's one of our leaders, and he is a very, very solid player generally. He always plays pretty well, no matter where they put him. But yeah, on the wing, it is a hard position and you can always get a bit lost there.
Okay. Also, we've got here is today's key matchups. What are the key matchups that you're looking out for today?
Well, I think some of the back line is going to probably be a little bit of our weakness, especially because they've got some tall, big forwards. And since Ridley is not playing and neither is Ben Mackay, we're really looking at Zach Reid to be our big defender. He's listed as being on Tex Walker. Whether that really happens or not, I'm not sure, because I really doubt we have a good matchup for both Walker and Thilthorpe. But you never know. That's probably why they're putting Jones in. I assume Jones will go to one of the big talls in the back line. Yeah, so even though he's listed as interchange, I'm guessing it's more likely he goes to one of those big talls in the back line.
All righty.
So the other
keep
thing
going. If there's any more, keep going.
Yeah, no worries. So I think Nate Caddy could have a good game today. I'm not sure. I haven't watched a lot of Adelaide this year, but I think their backline isn't quite as good as their forward. Their forward line is actually very potent and very dangerous and can sort of can cause a lot of problems if they're high marking, if they really get going with their high marks. Our forward line is actually very good. Nate Caddy's been in great form. Even if we're losing, he's still kicking his 2 or 3. Peter Wright's been good, even though he's had a bit of a knee complaint after they've been rucking him for 3 or 4 weeks. And they've listed Farrow in the forward line. I think he'll be floating sort of wing forward. So that's my thoughts on that. And I think Kako, this is sort of a game that he might be able to sort of break out a little bit more because he's sort of, this is his third week, I think, back from his stress fractures in his back. So it always takes a few games to get your foot sort of game fitness up. So we'll see. He often plays through the centre as well as being small forward. So I think if we can run out of the back line, if we can get it to our forwards in a sort of efficient way, I think we have a chance, especially with the outs that Adelaide have. But we'll see. It'll be interesting, especially given the results today with Richmond winning. It means we're back on the bottom of the ladder. So it's sort of, I didn't expect them to sort of win that game. I thought it would be close, but the fact that they won is interesting. It means that with our tough run home, the boys can really try and win another game, and that won't affect any positioning, most likely. So it's going to be very interesting going forwards what happens with the draft.
Yeah,
especially because what happens is I didn't realize that with the new draft rules, all the lower teams get an extra pick if academy picks are taken in the first 5. So that means you actually get a lot more picks than you realize, around the 20 mark.
Yeah, Richmond they've basically stole the number 1 draft pick off you, haven't they? Well, sorry, they've gifted it. Sorry, no, wrong. They've gifted it to you. They've gifted it back to you.
Yeah, we gave it to them, and then they've given it back. So it's going to make it interesting for that draft, definitely.
Void says, "How do you win the midfield battle without Roby in?"
Yeah, that's going to be a big loss for us. He's a very, very strong through the body player. He is a good extractor and stands up in tackles really well. I really think they should be putting probably McGrath through the midfield as well, just to get another strong body through there. I also think Will Setterfield, if he plays well, that's another solid body player. Durham, it's going to be a very important game for Durham to sort of stand up. He always gives great effort, but his role is going to be even more important as another big body player. So I assume Kondagiannis will move to the back line, and maybe having Kondagiannis and that will allow maybe McGrath to run through the centre as well as Merritt.
Last time you played the Crows, it was actually a very high-scoring game. Unfortunately, you still lost by 60 points. It was Adelaide 160 to Essendon 100. So scoring against their defence wasn't actually an issue.
No, that's right.
It was the defensive end that was the issue. Phil, as you mentioned before, there's no Fogarty. No Fogarty for this game. He is still suspended. Phil Thorpe has not been in the best of form. He's been actually disappointing this year, really. So Tex Walker's still their number 1 key forward by a mile. A lot of Crows fans hoping it would be the other way around, but no, Walker's still their number 1 forward. So yeah, just going through the stats of last time they met, that was actually at the G, Ray. Wasn't at Marvel, it was at the G.
And we know how well Essendon plays the G.
Yes, that is it. Well, it was actually Crows' small forwards / midfielders that kicked well. Rochelle kicked 4, Ben Keys kicked 4, Fogarty kicked 3, Phil Thorpe kicked 3. So not many from the Tex in this game. So it was really the small forwards that did the damage in the game last year at the G.
Yeah. Well, this will be interesting to see how it plays out and who they match up on. I'm hoping that what Essendon can do is run it out of the back line a little better against Thilthorpe and Walker. I'm hoping we can do that. Redmond's quite good off the back line. He's good at running, and so is Roberts. The same goes for Johnson. So Johnson is a really good kick, and he's been a really good player and sort of coming back from injury. We'll just see how he goes with up the new level, the higher level. So.
Also, last time the teams played, this is actually bit of amazing here. Matt Crouch put on 33 disposals. You don't have to worry about that today. He's no longer with the Crows. Berry has been their number one clearance player. You don't have to worry about that today.
Yes.
Dawson had 32 that game as well. So Dawson probably has to do a little bit more himself. Peatling is also very important to their clearance work. He is not there also. So it's not just that they're missing players, the Crows. Like if you're missing players, you can still cover, but it's the positions that's missing. So they're missing their two top clearance players. They're missing their number one meters gain halfback flanker in Malira. Roy Laird also not there. So they are missing a lot of players in their key position. No Fogarty as well. So they are missing crucial positions.
Yeah, this is probably their best chance to beat them, honestly.
Yes. Yes.
The only drawback is when they bring in players from the VFL, sometimes you haven't seen their capabilities, so you're not sort of sure how to play them as much. But it's always good not having stars in. It always helps. But yeah, we'll see how it really will depend on the connection that the Essendon players can build between each other. And I've noticed lately that connection has been better, and that comes with time. So I'm hoping, I wouldn't mind if Essendon won today. I don't mind whether they get pick 1 or pick 2 in the draft, doesn't matter too much. But I think a win for them would be more important. The VFL has actually been killing it. They've won 4 in a row. They had a bye this week. So it would be good to see the guys get another win for the season. I think that's often more important with a young side than getting high draft picks. So we'll see how they go.
Now, I know Boyd is in the chat, but I want you and Boyd to do a little bit more than we did last time, a little bit more commentary last time. I'll still call the play-by-play, but I want especially Boyd and you to chip in a little bit more today, which would be nice to help me out. But just about to get on the way as I do Vale Greg Seal. I'm assuming he's an Essendon legend, Ray.
Sorry, what was that? What name was that? Sorry.
Seal. Greg Seal.
Greg Sewell.
Yes.
I'm not very familiar with that name, Void. Do you know much about?
No. Still no.
No. So that's if he is, it's before my time.
Okay, that's all right. No, that's fair enough. That's all right. Don't blame me for that one little bit. There's some Geelong players that they do that, and you think, oh, geez, you wish you knew.
He died. He's an Essendon.
Oh yes, hang on. I remember now. They
died in July.
Yes.
So July 22.
I think I remember hearing something about that.
They didn't wear the black armbands for him last week, and everybody got upset. So they're doing it today. It was a big oversight by Essendon.
That's why they are wearing the armbands and McGrath with pots.
Yeah, I heard the story about that during the week, and they were meant to wear the armbands last week, but somewhere the memo didn't get out to the people that were in charge of that. Look at
Essendon's recent record against Adelaide. It's actually not, aside from the last 2 games.
They are 4-1 against the Crows at Marvel. Very interesting. Very, very interesting. Thank you all to the comments in the chat. Chris is in there. Age is in there. Mello's in there. I think we had a first. I'm just trying to get that back. We had a first time here. Oh, Connie's in the chat. Welcome, Connie. Chris and Stefanos and everybody in Mello. Thank you for watching. We're just about to get underway here. I'll come on camera. Actually, I'll just close that gap in my curtain there, so no one sees a big. Still, it's 4. It's only 4 o'clock in Melbourne. Still, the sun is still out. So there we go. We'll fix that up. About to get underway here, Ray. I want you to take over the first bounce here, Ray, if you can.
Okay, so That's Farrow on the screen there. He's playing wing by the looks of it. Merritt's in the centre to begin. And I'm assuming Brian will be rucking straight up. Yep, it looks like Brian's rucking. And there'll be Durham, I think.
Underway.
Yeah, we're underway. So Durham here. So Durham tackles here and puts pressure on, but doesn't really close down the player. And here Langford is in the back line, like I suspected. So that was a good intercept by him. He passes that on to Johnson. So Zach Johnson to Roberts. And then there's marked by Merritt. Merritt to Roberts again, who kicks it long down the wing. And you can see Caddy jumps for the mark.
Brings it to ground.
Brian tackles. And Redmond grabs it to Durham.
Durham ducks, dodges, weaves. First inside 50 to Essendon.
Clark spoiled it.
Oh, they've got numbers here.
Yeah, they do. Then Clark tackles.
Oh, that's ball.
He's got him.
Gone. Well start. There you go. That's a good start for Essendon.
So Clark, he's a second-year player. He's from South Australia, and he actually grew up not far from where Redmond grew up. And he was travelling a very long way to play games in Adelaide.
Farm boy.
Yeah, every week his parents would be driving him 2 hours.
He's a very good user of the football. He kicked 3 or 4 goals, and he's here we go. That's going through.
Yeah,
beautiful kick, straight off the boot. Lovely strike.
Yep. So he is. This is his 3rd game back from memory. And he was out with a syndesmosis in a tackle early in the year. So I'm glad to see he's back from that and playing in the forward line. He normally plays the wing. He has a huge tank. But as you can see, he can kick goals.
Didn't he kick 3 or 4 goals in his first game against Richmond last year?
Yeah, he did. He had a really good game. And he's tough.
Well, that is a great start for Essendon. That is the perfect start. That's what they did against GWS, to be fair. Last time they actually played in this stadium and at this time zone, they did beat GWS. So maybe that's a little good omen there. In the ruck again, Essendon there.
Nice and sharp.
Kicks it
Got
forward.
The clearance. Straight in. Another inside 50. Kicks to space. Out of bounds.
For the head.
There'll be a throw-in.
Get there.
And we can
Solomon's
see
on the
Keena's
bench
got a shiner from last week by the looks of it.
About to throw it up here.
Shallow throwing.
Yeah. Sharp gets it again and is tackled.
Essendon starting well again today. Can they maintain it? Last week they started well too, and the week
Redmond, who's in the forward line. Then that's Daywicks, tries to get it out, but couldn't, and it looks like we have ball up again.
Up early, they've got the pressure going. We saw this last week against Hawthorn, where the first quarter they really troubled Hawthorn a little bit. Just couldn't put it on the board.
Yes. I find with the young players, sometimes it's getting position correct. If they can do that. Now Daywicks, Caco's putting on pressure. Daywicks again. But Adelaide look like they're going to handball it out.
So Cook comes in, centre wing, another good kick taken over by Essendon. It's a good start by Essendon. Really good pressure here. So inside 450 they go. Dawson's back. Dawson gets the free, does he? No, it's going to Peter Wright. Peter Wright gets the free.
Looks like there was holding off the ball. I would say it looked like it was holding early on.
Mello says, what happened to Dersma, Ray?
So Dersma, he was injured in a couple of games ago. I forget what his injury is now, but he was injured. He had 2 injuries that game, and I forget exactly what they were, but we really miss him.
Beautiful off the boot, straight through the middle.
What a start this is by Essendon.
And
2 goals, 0.
And I always love it when Roden
Adelaide yet to score.
Perfect. And Roden is the goal umpire, and I love seeing Roden with his
David
big
Roden.
smile.
I don't think Adelaide actually had an inside 50 yet.
No, they haven't.
They haven't. So
and Dawson's playing back, so that's a bit strange.
Yeah, see, Keane's a fantastic interceptor, but he's not a good one-on-one defender, and he'll give away free kicks against a really tall opponent if he's behind them.
I think the Essendon forward line can stretch their back line quite a bit. They've got a bit of speed in there, and Redmond's playing down there, which is quite interesting. He can kick a goal, Redmond, quite well. So
they've got the big names in there: Dawson, Rankin, Saligo, all in the midfield there. Here's Archie, kicks the ball inside forward 50, and straight away, too much space. Phil Thorpe takes the easiest of marks, uncontested, 40 out.
So yeah, he got loose. He got loose on Reed and just sprinted away from him. So they've got to watch that a little bit.
So Phil Thorpe has had problems with his goal kicking all year. A lot of forwards have this year. Waterman's been horrible. Tom Lynch, Georgiades, still Thorpe added to that list. Shouldn't really miss this, really. Phil Thorpe comes in, and that looks a lot better off the boot, and it's a goal. Yes, so they go to 1-0-6 to 2.
That was just a very clean centre clearance, and you know, they got it in really quick, and Essendon just couldn't defend it.
I think they Adelaide felt the pressure and put their big guns in the midfield to get a good clearance out.
It was actually the
Adelaide. It was a hack off the ground by
Dawson, wasn't it?
No, the ruckman.
Oh, it was the ruckman. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, it could be high scoring today. You never know.
Yeah.
Was last time.
It's not a super defensive game yet.
So now up for the ruck again. Brian gets a tap.
Dawson hacks it off the ground. Ball's in dispute. Adelaide collect possession.
And Pryor puts him under pressure.
Well done there.
Tackle Archie. Pryor pushes him out. So Pryor is one of those reliable players for Essendon in the back line. He's not big, but he manages to get the job done.
Keeping an eye on Adelaide's midfield here, the CBAs or the clearances. Yeah, they've got Archie in there, Dawson's in there, Rankin's in there. They're going to have to play a lot more minutes for the midfield then too.
So Setterfield took it over the line.
Yes, Chris, I managed to see a little bit of it.
Yeah, I watched the Carlton game last night. It was very exciting, actually.
To get the scoreboard, Kev, all you got to do is make a banner. So you just go to banners, and then you put in the score. It's pretty easy, and you can just update it every time. So inside 50 they go. Oh, could have marked it if you went the two fists.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, that's Artemis. So that's his third game, Artemis. To Farrow.
Nice.
And then that's Jones picking it out. Head. And Caddy, he does run into the ball a little bit. That does happen.
Oh, nicely worked there by Caddy. Numbers with Crows, though.
Just rushing it a little bit there.
So Crows go backwards here. Cook goes inside forward 50.
Essendon's pressure is good, forcing a high kick.
Archie, Phil Thorpe's gone. That should be holding the ball, and it is. That's a good tackle.
Yes. Good job, Setterfield.
And there's a player watch on Jackson Artemis, his third game. Really fantastic ball user. Hasn't really had a breakout yet. He was the number one pick in the mid-season draft from Tasmania.
So Caddy gets the 1-2 there. Just can't get it to going, but gets it to ground, or at least to the Crows player, and he gets tackled.
Yeah.
Another clearance to Essendon.
Yeah.
I think Crows are going to really struggle. Oh, little mistake there, and Caddy. Oh, Caddy overruns it.
Oh, he overruns the football. King gathers it, and he's going to clear it out of defence.
He's kicked sideways. There mustn't be much forward. They're going to run it through the centre.
Yep, it's too easy. It's
Yeah.
just too easy
McAndrew
for Adelaide.
and Thilthorpe again.
Yeah. The delivery there's not much you can do with that delivery. Right out in front, hands in front. So he's kicking
This
from
is the
the
distance
50.
where Thilthorpe struggles.
Yeah, he doesn't like the long distance kick?
No, he likes he's got the distance. He can kick a long ball, but this is part of the game where it's just dropped accuracy rise.
Yeah.
For some weird reason, it's just he's gone backwards. He's got tape on that finger, so he comes in. Distance won't be a problem. Comes in. That looks very good off the boot, actually. And that is a better for Thilthorpe. Wow, he is on.
It's a big
That
goal.
is a bomb. He is 2 straight.
Scores a level.
I'm really liking Redmond around the ball here. He's had quite a couple of sort of clearances on the wing where he's kicked it forward or handballed it to a player on the run. So I think he's had a bit of an impact playing in that position. He's normally on in the back line. So we'll see if we might need him in the back line still, but you never know.
It's just a bad little fumble by Caddy. If he picks that ball up, he walks into the goal, doesn't he?
Yeah. He's just a bit. Caddy's just a bit. I think his brain works a little faster than his coordination.
Yeah.
That's why when he does get it right, he's pretty hard to stop. He's just little bit sloppy sometimes.
So McGrath in the midfield.
McGrath in the centre.
Durham, Setterfield. Caddy spoiled over the boundary line for a throw in. It's about 70 metres out from Essendon's goal.
So they're winning the clearance of the Bombers, doing well in the clearances. It's be expected, though, because there's no Berry, no Peatling.
Yeah, that does help. It's good to see McGrath in there, though. Then Sharp to Setterfield. Setterfield kicks it forwards and to the defender. But it must have been touched off the boot because they said play on.
Just play on.
I think it was touched.
Draper.
So Jones, good spoil there to Durham into the centre here to Pryor, and then just stabs it forwards and over for a throw.
Oh, gee, that could be deliberate there by Rural. The umpire says never mind.
Yeah, he didn't try to keep that in at all, did he? Sometimes they pay it, sometimes they don't.
Wouldn't be happy with this Matthew Nix. He's under a lot of pressure.
Good job. Then that's Alachka to Durham to Setterfield. Puts it on the boot.
3-on-1 down there. Well, that's actually a pretty...
Wicks has got it there. Farrow.
Brilliant. Lines up
he's not
from
quickly.
50.
And he's missed.
And he's missed.
Oh.
That's Jackson Artemis, the player, my player watch.
Oh, could he have gone back there and show a little bit of composure?
I don't know if he was on his range maybe, so he wanted to sort of run in quickly. I don't know. Then Farrow.
Beautifully set up around the 50, doing a little bit of a forward press here, Essendon. Adelaide struggling to get it out of their defensive 50.
Farrow kicks it in.
Exactly.
Peter Wright misses it.
Essendon putting pressure on near the goal square. Adelaide with a clearing kick.
Jones punched it to Farrow. Then
did a good
Artemis.
job not to give away a free there with his back to the football.
Then Jones, and they kick backwards.
And Essendon is going to switch here to the open side.
To Johnson. And then they go to Clark here, the first goal kicker.
Clark to try to search up a target. He kicks long to the goal square. Ball comes to ground.
Roll down there.
Oh.
That is ball. That's holding the ball. Caddy plays on. Oh, Caddy kicked it from there, has he? Hit the post, but it's going to come back. It's going to come back to Caddy. So it was holding the ball.
I believe the umpire asked Caddy if he wanted to accept the behind or another shot, and I think that's a very easy decision.
Yeah, and I
So
think
no, it's not Caddy. It's not Caddy
Alachka.
taking this.
well, first of all, I think Alachka had the guy first, and he might be a better kick around the body, and he gets it.
Oh,
Alachka.
brilliantly called there, Ray. Fantastic goal. Wow,
Very good.
their
The
pressure's up.
little
Isn't it?
dynamo, the little meatball dynamo.
So the only knock
3-1-19.
on Alachka this year has been a bit of fitness and match fitness up at the higher level, but he has played the last 3 games, and I think he's been really important. He puts a lot of pressure on, and he's quite quick, kind of like Kako, but he doesn't have the tank yet that Kako has. So what will happen, I think, is Alachka will stay more in the forward line, and Kako will switch forward to midfield at times.
I think there's a few suspect footy IQs in Adelaide's defence. They don't make smart decisions. Like walking it back in there, he could have just walked that out and probably would have been okay.
Yeah, I think.
He was a bit
I think
unsure
Chris
of
will
what
win
to do.
next week, Chris.
Peter Wright in the
Rankin
ruck
in there.
here.
Rankin's played 100% midfield minutes here. They've got no
Wow.
choice because of no Berry and Peeling. They've got really no choice. So Philthorpe in the ruck gets a tap
Yeah, it
down.
looks like when Philthorpe's in the ruck, they might be rucking Peter Wright.
They are. That's a good call again, Ray. Exactly what they're doing.
So I'll
So
see if
Wright
that happens for the whole game.
Sharp pulled off the kick.
Tackling well,
Good tackle
Sharp.
there.
Another
Good
stoppage.
pressure.
This is the third ball
Also,
up in the centre.
what hurts the Crows is Berry and Peeling like to play a bit of defence. So Rankin was down there before. He had a place for Rankin playing defence. Draper. Oh, bad handball. Oh, that's a good
contest.
tackle. Saligo.
Durham's good enough to take
pinned
it.
him.
But how is that holding the ball?
Yeah, that's
Goodness
stiff.
me.
That's
Pinned him. That's
really
hot.
stiff. He didn't have much chance to get rid of it, but
No.
it could have gone either way, honestly.
Oh, Walker tunnels the Essendon play. That'll be a free kick.
No, it's going to Walker
It's a free kick.
because that's how it is.
So Tex inside
Yes,
forward 50. Not a good kick by Tex. Cut off by the Essendon player. Oh, but
Cross the
they're a bit
face.
casual there, the Bombers. They've just let it bounce.
Yes.
There was a third point, so no damage really done.
I have a feeling the free kick was probably the player behind. Maybe they pushed Tex. It's sort of hard to tell sometimes till you watch a replay. Merritt takes a mark in the back pocket.
We don't like Merritt in the back line.
No.
He
switches play.
Switches play beautifully. Oh, drops a sitter. He gathers and collects himself. And Setterfield, the always reliable, unspectacular, but dependable Setterfield.
Exactly. He always puts on a lot of tackles, a lot of pressure. Reed cross to Roberts.
Setterfield is like an old hammer.
Kicked into the centre to Merritt. Merritt is marking right in centre.
Could Merritt have gone there? He could have gone there, Merritt. Took a risk.
Probably should have looked forwards rather than looking behind him.
And Merritt, with his mind possibly on which club he's going to be playing at next year.
Merritt, Philthorpe playing half back on Peter Wright.
Wow.
And Gold Coast
really
5 points up in the other game against the D's, which I'm not tipped Gold Coast. Thought they might bounce back.
I tipped Gold Coast because Melbourne haven't won outside Melbourne yet.
Handballs it, gets to Setterfield, but he's tackled.
Setterfield dumped. And it's
good
going to be a ball up.
Taylor.
35, 40 metres out directly in front of Essendon's goal.
Peter Wright goes up. Tap. Philthorpe gets
Philthorpe's gone.
That has to be holding the ball. That surely had to be holding the ball. He picked. Then he gives the Essendon play a bit of a shove in the head there.
Yeah, that guy with the curly hair, that's Unwin. We call him Onion, but he's that goal sneak I was talking about.
Merritt.
So that's Pryor.
And see, I'm
And
not
Essendon
sure
have to
Adelaide.
watch here. They have to watch here. They do too many handballs in close.
Handball to
They-
stationary players.
And they need to do a clearing handball sometimes. They handball 1 meter too often, and then they end up handballing themselves into a corner.
So Essendon have good pressure here, but they're sort of picking their way through a little bit.
Adelaide not coping with the pressure, but they're working it through the
Out the
corridor,
back here.
and a lovely mark against Langford.
And Langford is a bit filthy there because Tex Walker held him to try and prevent him to get into that contest.
And I think
So I
this
can
is the
see
first
why-
gamer here as well for his first game. So that'd be really pleasing.
And who's this, Lucas?
Yeah, see,
I-
Tex Walker tries to block him so that way he didn't quite make it.
Who's this? Who's the? Oh, Billy Dowling.
Yeah.
Oh, he's played 12 games. I thought he was because they are playing 3 debuts here, the Crows, in this game.
Dowling
Dowling-
has missed, I think, or has he got it? No, he just snuck it through.
Yeah, it did look like it was going to miss.
2.
Hot contest at Marvel, 3-1 apiece.
And the
See,
pressure
that was
looks
really
like
good.
pressure looks like it's pretty high on the ground. I'd like to see the pressure ratings, but it does look like Essendon's putting a lot of pressure on. I might have a look at the tackling because there seems like there's been a lot of tackles already in this game.
Yeah, I think without Barry and Peeling, I think the contest in the CBAs and clearances is going to be really, really even.
Yeah.
I mean, there's a good opportunity for Essendon to win that part of the ground. And
What wins that? Spit out.
Dawson gets the free for hold.
Yeah. See, Redmond's hasn't played any centre bounces, like, I don't think ever. So he may be a little nervous in the centre there.
He's gone there.
See that? That's a really good tackle by Jones.
Oh.
Did they pay it? No.
No.
Ball up.
So Will Setterfield has had 5 tackles already in the game. Like, that's
Good.
huge numbers.
Merrick.
It's going to be a lasso free back to the Crows. Through Nankervis. Spots up a
Had a
target.
good season,
inboard.
Nankervis.
Marks in
Ran
front.
past for the handball. Ignored Nankervis. He's going to go right down to the square. Essendon should have intercepted, but they spoiled each other.
Langford dropped it.
And he tried to handball it off the legs to try and get a free.
And
Key's not happy with that.
needs to settle down and just focus on getting an honest disposal.
Maybe take a mark.
Had 3
instead of
goals
trying
last
for
time.
free.
Keys played against Essendon, so he's yet to touch it this quarter.
Yeah.
Worrying sign is Essendon aren't marking the ball coming into defence. They're dropping marks or spoiling each other. That's going to be something they have to get right.
That's what they miss with Ridley. Ridley, even though when he's not getting possessions, he's organising. He's the organiser down there. And so someone else is going to have to step into that role.
Saligo kicks the ball in.
And then
Chopped off.
Roberts.
Essendon are out here through the corridor.
This is Contagianis.
Contagianis goes back to Jones. Jones spots up a target. Runs past. Doesn't
numbers everywhere. Got to get it inside 450.
Caddy is spoiled because it was to the advantage of the Adelaide Crows, and Caddy was out of position.
Yeah.
Ball Ace is a very good 1v1 player. He did really well on Charlie Curnow 2 weeks ago when they played in Sydney.
Yeah, I think what people will what a lot of defenders will struggle with against Caddy is he's very, very fit and his ability to run out games, and he will work hard the entire game till he gets his goals. So there's a ball up in the centre.
Kako's on the ball now. He needs to play himself into some form since coming back from injury. He's been kind of quiet for a couple of weeks.
See, again, they spoiling each other instead of allowing one to take the mark. There's a bit more communication needed in the Essendon team in general. There's a lot of introverts in that team. They just need to speak up sometimes.
Harrison Jones is playing for his career
Yeah,
today.
he has played really well, though. I thought his defence in the back line has been really good. That's a good pressure by Unwin. Now they run it through the centre, Adelaide. Kick into forward line.
Really good running, not a good kick. The Keys is dangerous here. Oh, he did that really well, Keys.
Definitely.
To Dowling.
Dowling for going for goal number 2.
Kicking from about 45 metres out. About 5 metres in from the boundary, so it's not an easy.
Gold Coast have shot 17 points ahead of Melbourne. 6 minutes 25 to go of the third quarter.
Yeah, they can't play outside Melbourne, the D's. That's why I picked Gold Coast.
And the D's losing does help Collingwood and Geelong.
This is a tough kick, very tough kick.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's pushed it.
For the distance.
And
but sprayed it.
Drifts off to the far side.
Yeah.
2-3-20 to 3-1-19.
So Roberts is kicking in here.
Adelaide got the
last
game
10
on their
minutes,
terms in the
picked up
last
the pressure
5
here.
minutes.
30-17 disposals, and last 10 minutes, 7-2 clearances.
Well, if that isn't 15, that should have been a 50 because the player grabbed him.
So Merritt.
An awful kick by Merritt.
Basically, it's a mismatch.
That 15 grab him. Then pressure from Redmond.
Who was Merritt kicking to then?
He was kicking to.
No, I know who thought he was kicking to, but he kicked it. Oh, this just frustrates me.
He kicks it up in the air a little bit.
For an A grader.
Yeah, he kicked it up in the air too much there. Allowed the defender to come in, and that's what you don't want.
In the words of JB.
Adelaide goes back into the forward line.
Tex has got it. That's a strong mark by Tex. Tough kick, though, for a very tough kick here.
Not much read. He did the best he could.
He doesn't like check siding Tex. He likes to kick the drop punts. This is very difficult, even by Tex's standards.
Because he's a right footer, right?
Yeah, he has to absolutely middle this.
Yeah.
Oh, it looks good. Straight off the boot. That did not look like missing.
Straight kicking today. Unlike the Richmond West Coast game where I saw it was 3-17 at one point for West Coast.
4-2.
That was 26. A great kick.
4-2.
Will Tex play on next year?
I reckon he
will. Yeah.
He's been very solid for them.
Because of Thilthorpe's poor year, or not poor year, but average year, I think they would encourage Tex to go on for another year. Because they were hoping Thilthorpe would be would overtake him, and it hasn't happened. So.
Yep, there won't be many players like Tex that'll ever play the game again. He's a very unique player.
Mm.
He was linked to Collingwood at one stage, wasn't he, Boyd?
Yeah, I'd still probably take. I'd prefer him over Hogan. Like if we were going to get someone for a year or two.
So we're now in the Essendon forward line, and there's going to be a ball up.
Yeah, same year, Lucas. I picked Gold Coast. Yeah.
So Adelaide kick it back through the centre, and Reid spoils Thilthorpe.
Neil Bullen.
Bullen was able to kick it into the forward line. Very open forward line.
They're out here. This is where Rochelli's really, really good. Yeah, he just keeps his feet there, Rochelli. And Archie 20 rows back. Yeah. Rochelli, very good 1v1 play on the ground as well, because he just keeps his feet, and that's what happened there. A little bit of it wasn't a trip. He didn't fall to ground, but he just studded a little bit, and Rochelli was clean. Yeah,
very efficient. They are going into their forward line.
That's
what I was saying.
And a little mini bomber gathered the football in the corporate box.
Oh, a little rocket right in the box.
But he was happy because he got a photo with the ball. So
Yeah.
I think he was happy to cop that one. I'm sure he would have preferred if it was kicked by an Essendon player.
Oh boy! And then he hits someone and he just throws it out. Hits the old guy in the back of the head with a ball. There's a bullet there. Bang.
Brian does well in the ruck. Redmond, then Merritt tackles to Redmond off the ground.
Tackle.
It's coming back.
Holding
Coming
the ball.
back to who? I think it's coming back to the Crows, isn't it? Yeah.
I don't know what for.
And it's in the back, perhaps.
Gee, that if it was in the back, it's very soft. So Langford spoils that away. Farrow's on the chase there, doesn't take possession, and it goes over just inside the 50-metre arc for Adelaide.
Locked in final footies today, Greatness. Fantastic, mate.
Very good.
Look at the last 10 clearances. It's 7-3. Dawson getting hold there. That's he didn't pay it.
Dawson kicks it up high. Farrow couldn't control it. Archie to Rochelle. He's run down.
Good pressure on Rochelle.
Archie
Taylor
again.
picks it up.
Archie. And out in the full.
Has to be careful here. Adelaide's starting to get on top in general play.
Yeah, they've been very efficient, and they're sort of got to watch this kick in here. So Sharp's taking this kick in. He kicks down the line.
Oh, Dawson. Great contested player, Dawson.
And
Merritt
kicks it up, handballs it to Jones, who can't clear the 50. Jones again goes after it and is tackled. I'm liking Jones in the back line.
Melbourne have kicked 4 goals in a row. They're up by a point.
Oh, wow. They can do that to you, Melbourne.
They can.
Rankin gives
away silly free. Oh, not paid. I thought Rankin was a bit high there.
Well, they've paid free kick.
Free kick too, Rankin. What was that for?
And he didn't have prior. He did not have prior, and the ball was being held in. I really do not like how they're adjudicating holding the ball this year. It's been very inconsistent, and these kinds of decisions are what change momentum and change games. And I think
goal swings back.
They really need to look at that.
Wow, that was red hot. They've had a couple today.
Yeah, and I think it's. So let's see how he didn't have much, and it was high to start. And then it was held in on him. So I think that was touch and go.
He's trying to fist it out. He's trying to make a genuine attempt to get rid of it. He's trying to fist it out.
He didn't take on the tackler. He just took 2 steps to try and get the ball off.
A late first quarter fade out from Essendon has the Crows have kicked 3 goals clear after an excellent start by the Bombers.
They've got to win a clearance, the Bombers.
Can they hold their nerve, or are they going to drop their heads now that they're 3 goals down and start to
good smother by Merritt. Dawson kicks it towards the wing. Archie takes the mark.
There's 8 seconds left. He's got to go. He's a little bit slow there, Archie.
Philthorpe's got it.
Philthorpe's taking the mark.
All they needed to do was flood. They could have flooded everyone down.
And that was the fault of that previous contest where Archie marked that the 2 Essendon players weren't communicating with each other, and they both kind of jumped for the football and both missed it.
Correct.
And that's Essendon in a nutshell. They don't communicate.
There's not enough on-field leadership, and they need some people to really stand up and take control and take responsibility, and that's what.
So
Philthorpe makes no mistake. And after an amazing start by Essendon that had Adelaide on the back foot, Adelaide are now 25 points up at quarter time.
Wow.
So
Kick the first 2 goals.
And the frustration starting to show on the Essendon faces walking off the ground. Not a good sign, because this is how most of their sort of fade outs are precipitated by this poor body language. So hopefully somebody can wrest it back before they, disappear into their shells. This is a good test for Essendon.
they're not afraid of coming back, though. That's the good thing about them. They've been behind a lot this year and have fought back in most games. But letting sides get a lead in the early quarters is never a good thing. So if we have a look at the stats so far, so Dawson is someone they really need to watch. So he's got 10 disposals. Curtin's got 8. Durham has 8, and Merritt has 8. So they're the kinds of players that are actually having a huge impact. In terms of tackles, Will Setterfield has 5, Daywicks has 3, and Durham has 3. And Thilthorpe has kicked 3, Dowling's kicked 1, Clark has kicked 1, Archie's kicked 1, Alachka's kicked 1. So it's quite spread, the goal kicking for both sides.
And Durham sort of went missing in the last 10 minutes of that quarter.
Yes. I think he was playing more in the forward line from what I was seeing until that last centre bounce. So sometimes when he's playing at half forward, that can happen.
So what do you want to see? What do you want to see from Essendon today? What do you want to see? What will make you happy? Obviously a win, but if it's not a win, what do you want to see?
I want them to play like they've played in this first quarter for the whole game.
Yes.
I want the pressure to stay up. The good thing is, unlike a lot of young sides, they don't have trouble running out the games. They tend to run out the games okay. But keeping the pressure high for the whole time and not losing concentration is probably their biggest weakness. Sometimes in a second quarter, they might allow a side to kick 3 or 4 quick goals, and then it's hard to claw that back, using all your energy to claw it back a little bit.
There's a real issue with your players and some of your really experienced players that they can't hit targets, and they like Merritt's a really big offender in that sense.
Yeah, that's why I prefer him in the centre. This year they haven't been playing Merritt in the centre very much because they've wanted the young guys to learn how to get clearances and get experience against the really good midfield players on the other side. But sometimes you need to not have them turning the ball over in half.
What I
half
think's
back.
happening still, this was happening, it's been happening most of the year. Essendon, the players all go to the football. So what happens is there's these in-close handballs, 1 to 2 meter handballs when they're in extreme congestion, and because the 6 Essendon players all basically rubbing shoulders with each other, so there's no option to get a clearing handball 10, 15 meters away in space, so they can get their boot to ball. It's a big problem that they're not communicating and arranging themselves.
And the thing I've noticed is a lot of Adelaide players have score involvements, which means they've got a lot of chains through the ground that lead to goal, whereas that's not the case for Essendon. So they've got they're transitioning the ball quite well through the ground, and they're very efficient in the forward line. So let's see how they can adjust. I've liked Redmond playing on that centre bounce and wing and into the forward line. I think he's a player that has a lot of attributes. Yeah, Kev, I agree. Like, they're very inconsistent with the holding the ball this year. And I think they just need to they tried to make the rules simpler by, adjusting a little bit, but it hasn't really changed how inconsistent it is.
All right, I'm gonna zoom here. There we go. Can you still hear me?
Yeah, sure.
Oh, fantastic. So I've zoomed in on you. I'm just going to be round backstage reading comments, but I'm just going to let you two guys take over.
No
till
worries.
halftime.
And looks like the Gold Coast are 86 to 75. So they've kicked a couple of quick goals by the looks of it, Gold Coast.
Yep.
Because you said Melbourne was up by a point before, didn't you, Lucas?
Because of our monumental screw up Thursday night, Collingwood now require Adelaide and Melbourne to drop a game just to maybe give us a bit of a do-over.
Or some breathing space so that everything stays a bit flatter across that.
Well, it's not breathing space because we'll still be behind, and start of the second quarter now.
So Brian's in the centre. Now Merritt, he gets it out, kicks into the forward line, barely makes the 50. Caddy overruns the ball because it was run along the ground. Not really ideal for a big forward. Adelaide kick it along the wing to the ruckman, but it was not a mark. It is punched forward into their forward line. Here, this is Artemis, back to McGrath, kicks it along the wing. And Caddy, he really had a big fly at that. And it is an Essendon free kick. This is to Unwin. So, and I think Caddy has made that Adelaide player a bit sore. And that should be front on contact to Merritt there, because the ball hit the guy on the back. And he landed on the Essendon player. Now Adelaide has it here at half back, kicking along the wing here, fend off, but gets the handball out. Adelaide kicks into the forward line, and here Thilthorpe takes a mark.
And he's going for goal number 4.
So I don't know why that was not front on contact. The ball hit the player in the back, but he still hit Merritt right down the chest. So I'm not sure why that isn't free, because that is marking interference. That's sort of been missed quite a lot lately, I've noticed. They're not paying the front on contact when they should be. Now Thilthorpe is kicking for goal, slight angle, about 40 metres out. And he is kicked behind by the looks. Yep.
He's still on the near side.
So hopefully Essendon here can get a good kick out of the back line, get it running, get it moving, and kick some goals.
Roberts. Oh, it falls short, and it puts
Jones under pressure.
And Jones is tackled by Thilthorpe, and there's going to be a ball up, throw up. Sorry, not a ball up anymore. It's going to be a throw up. Feels bad. Oh, that's an awful throw up.
The guy threw it 1.5 meters.
It barely went higher than the heads of the players. What's that all about? That's shocking. That's shocking standards.
Well, do you know what? Essendon gets the worst standard of umpires all year because they're obviously they break in new umpires.
For anybody who wasn't watching that, the umpire threw the ball up. I reckon it cleared the heads of the players by a foot. Barely.
Yeah. Now Essendon in the back line on last line of defence. Jones kicks it towards the 50.
Oh, brilliant tackle by Dawson.
There was no prior, so there'll be a ball up there. They actually got one right.
There's a free kick here. The umpire's plucked a free, and it's going Essendon's way. It is going to Redmond.
Redmond is one of those players that can get under your skin, so it doesn't surprise me. Now,
and on the
wing,
outer wing, and here comes Unwin's got the ball on the wing, looking for a target. He's taking a little while to make his decision. The kick's long to a contest.
And Peter Wright is being held.
And Peter Wright has the free 45 out on a slight angle.
About 20 metres in from the boundary line near the Telstra sign on the 50. So
when they get the ball in quick to Peter Wright, It's panicking Adelaide's defence, and they're giving away free kicks.
Yeah, they're grabbing his arm, trying to stop him from marking.
So Essendon need to take advantage of that at every possibility.
Peter Wright
has kicked it beautiful off the boot. Gun barrel straight.
He is a straight kick at goal. He is.
Peter Wright, who I wish had come to the Magpies instead of the Bombers, but
he would have killed it at Collingwood.
C'est la vie.
I tell you. See, that was for a hit in the chest, Dawson. He does that to get off the player and get a run off. And maybe the umpire's a bit awake to that now.
Yeah, their eyes are always on Peter Wright. Yep.
Yep. The good thing is,
they panic whenever they're in a contest with him.
I like that Caddy didn't go up for that mark and just allowed Peter Wright to take control, because if the ball goes over the back, then Caddy's there. But they panicked and they grabbed him. So now back in the centre, Brian gets the tap to Merritt and they called a throw to Merritt there, did they? Didn't look like one. We'll see about that on the replay. And if he did throw it, he threw it.
Yeah,
throw. Yep, that was a throw.
Good decision.
Definitely. See, Merritt needs to be better than that. He probably could have broken that tackle and ran off. And Archie?
It was just such an amazing opportunity, Sharp running it out. And, yeah, you were away there.
Yep.
And now, instead, it's gone back the other way.
And Adelaide are kicking for goal.
McAndrew is kicking for goal.
And that was purely because it went down so quickly after that. And Essendon players had run forward because it was kicked into the forward line. But with the free kick, it then goes quickly back, defence out of position. And
this could literally go anywhere, this kick.
And it nearly did.
It did go anywhere.
It went, just scraped in for a behind.
McAndrew will be dubbed McSpray.
Now,
well, he didn't do that little sidestepper. He literally does the sidesteps, but he didn't do that. But
I find Adelaide. See, that was Pryor got the free kick there for a push. There were two Adelaide players. It was unnecessary to push that player.
Caddy just can't get himself into position today. He seems to be just.
Sometimes it does take a little bit of time for him to get into a game. He works hard continuously, though. So it's contested.
Ball in dispute on the wing.
Yep. Pryor, Merritt to Pryor.
Pryor is switching, goes back.
And he's missed the target.
Missed the target.
In dispute again.
Now Essendon are fighting and scrapping to try and win the ball back. It's in dispute, and there's going to be a throw up 55 metres out from the Adelaide goal.
And that was just
because
a
of
bad
a really
kick.
awful miss kick from Pryor.
And he never really does that.
It was a wonderful, wonderful risky kick back.
It was a good idea.
And just did not hit its target. And that's the story of Essendon. They're going to have to clean that up. Artemis.
It's kicking along the wing. And that looked like high to me against Daywicks. And it was.
Adelaide are about to enter forward 50 again through Rankin.
Someone needs to go in.
Essendon players are just fighting on the ground there. You got to get up and get in the contest.
So player down for Adelaide who looks wounded.
Now they kick into the pocket and
that's out of bounds.
Looks out of bounds on the
floor. It's out of bounds.
No, they've paid the mark.
He's paid it. You're kidding.
That was clearly out of bounds. That was clearly out of bounds. We'll see it again, but it did not look like it was.
The snaps, he's not the best with snapping, Phil Thorpe. He likes to kick drop punts.
Yeah. Well, if there's any justice, if this was real, that looked out. That looked out. And that's the footy gods just kicked in there.
Yeah. Melbourne are 2 points up.
See, that fight from Daywicks and the Adelaide player, Daywicks is going to get under your skin. He's one of those players that just going to niggle you all game.
Can Gold Coast win their first game?
They're in the contest here, and if they can get the next one, they'll be all right.
All right. That's not a good
that is
kick.
an awful kick from McGrath, but I think that is an awful kick. McGrath should never, ever kick the football anywhere in defence.
No.
He is Essendon's
he should never kick
worst
anything.
kick of the football.
If he kicks less than 20 metres, that's his got to kick it 40 to 50.
That is a costly turnover.
Yeah,
I'm going for goal.
I'm going to pencil this in. He won't miss this.
Snap from 45, and it is bending back.
And he's got it.
Straight through the middle.
So that's what they need to clean up. And you have to understand your limitations. If you're not a sizzling kick, like Dacos or someone else, do not try and pull off that kick. He only had 2 meters space on him.
Yes, that was an easy kick. That was an easy chip pass.
Mm-hmm.
He just, Rankin was onto it. Rankin read it better.
Yep. And all he needed to do was kick it down the line.
And McGrath, as your captain, cannot be doing stuff like that.
Exactly.
That is not how a captain should. A captain should not be a player that you have to watch and not have any faith in. And he's great at tagging, but awful by foot.
Yeah.
There should be a team rule where he's only allowed to handball.
Handball or kick it over 50 meters. Like kick it long. Because you don't. Now, it's just bouncing backwards and forwards in the center. Reid puts the pressure on to Redmond, to Setterfield. Adelaide get the clear kick here into the forward line. And Rochelle marks on an extreme angle about 45 metres out.
That wasn't good by the Essendon player. So Taylor won the contest. Taylor's only played a handful of games, Taylor. That really wasn't good by the Essendon player there.
Correct. Yeah.
And this is Rochelle's favourite kind of kick. You'd back him probably from here.
Oh, let's see. Hopefully, the angle and the distance combined will.
They're in the right side, so it's the right end for the right footer, isn't it?
No.
Oh,
is it?
Got it. I think he sneaked it. Did he? Sneaked it.
Yep.
What a goal! What a goal from the little.
That's a tough
little
kick
maestro
on the right side with the right boot. That's not an easy kick. But Essendon need to kick a couple of goals here. So let's see if we can get a good clearance here without, kick into the opposition. Let's hope we can hopefully we can get a couple of goals in this next few minutes. Brian down to Durham, down to Setterfield, and he's tackled. And there's another ball up in the centre. Now there's a free kick in the centre, holding the ball, and it'll go to Sharp. So Sharp is kicking sideways. They've marked on the wing, kicking towards half forwards. That probably could have been 50. He's very lucky. He was moving off the mark there. Farrow kicks into the forward line, gets it about 20 metres out. Kako, then Caddy, and he's tackled. And Adelaide wants holding the ball, but he didn't really have much prior there. So ball up in the forward line for Essendon. Brian stabs it forward, ball's in dispute. Redmond, Setterfield, gets it on the boot, centering kick. And I think Clark has hurt his knee in that.
Oh, he's down as well. He's in a lot of pain.
He's hurt his knee. I think that's an ACL. Yep. Don't try and walk off, mate. Just wait for the trainer. This is how tough he is. Goes into, and Reed has marked it in Adelaide's forward. So goes across to McGrath. Congianis is free on the outside if he needs him. Kicks it further towards Brian. It's spoiled by Phil Thorpe. Maybe it's not as bad as we thought. Maybe it's a hyperextension.
Maybe it's a syndesmosis.
Yep, hyperextension. That's what that is. That could have been a lot worse. Poor kid. Like, how does he have such bad run with injuries this year?
That bloody Marvel deck, isn't it? Oh.
It is. It is. We play a lot on Marvel, and that's why we get so many injuries. I swear that's what it is. Jones grabs the ball. Sorry, that was Johnson. Is a ball up just on the half forward for Adelaide. So Peter Wright gets the tap. Phil Thorpe grabs it back though. Good defense by McGrath. It's in dispute, about 10 meters out. Then Rochelle gets tackled and should probably be paid holding the ball. So he took on the tackle,
Should be.
but he won't get paid it. He took on the 2 tackles there, and I thought that was the definition of holding the ball these days. But normally the first tackle is your prior. But as we can see, we have no idea how they'll adjudicate any holding the ball decisions for either side in any game. So Peter Wright gets it down to Condigianis, who's tackled by Tex Walker. There's another ball out, 15 meters out. Peter Wright against Phil Thorpe. Then it goes to Farrow. Dump kicks it out of the forward line. Caddy goes up. Kako misses the tackle.
Adelaide outworking Essendon. Essendon intercept by Artemis at half back.
+6 in clearances.
Right off by hand to
Farrow.
Farrow marks it on the wing, and he's holding it too long, and
he's kicked down the wing.
Long down the line to a contest, and it is marked by.
That's a mismatch. Can't do that.
2 smallest players on the ground there, and that's not ideal. You need your big guys to be there if you're going to kick long down the line, or you got to try and run it. I think
Essendon are playing a little bit better than what the scoreline suggests. Like, they just need a goal.
Yeah, Farrow here tries to get it across, handballs it.
They're corralling themselves here, Essendon.
Now they get a mark here by Daywicks.
They need to show some courage here.
They need to switch it across the centre and see how they go. Now, Daywicks kicks it long to the forward 50. Phil Thorpe at the back tries to collect it, but
scrubby little kick gathered by Keys. He goes by hands.
Pressure by Alachka across to Merritt, back to Alachka.
Alachka runs in. It's a stabby little kick inboard. Dribbling along the ground, gathered by the Adelaide Crows.
And kicks just outside the forward line.
And Essendon cannot retain possession in their front half. Big problem since the 10-minute mark of the first quarter. But can they rebound here? No, there's no communication between them.
And back to Adelaide possession.
They're going to get one on the rebound here.
And good job, Artemis.
Big.
I like it.
Clinching body there.
How's that from a third game player? Going up against was it Archie there?
Archie, yeah, and that was Jackson Artemis. My player watch. Let's see if he can be best on for Essendon.
So Peter Wright in dispute. Then Adelaide get it out. But
beautiful pressure by Daywicks.
Good job.
Artemis, beautiful tackle. Daywicks and Artemis and Setterfield. Essendon's 3 reliable players today.
And they kick towards goal but miss.
Wow.
The
Missed.
pressure has been good, but they just aren't quite stopping that disposal coming out.
Essendon needs
50
3 more
50 shades of
Setterfields,
footy.
3 more Daywicks and 3 more Artemi, I'll call them.
Who would have thought that Setterfield was the last player selected when they
Here
had
comes Wright,
a spare,
brings the ball to ground.
right?
Alachkar,
Tackled without the ball. No free kick.
lucky to not get a free there, Kako.
They're getting it in there, and they've got to be smarter with their disposal inside forward 50.
Get clean possession.
Good job, McGrath to Sharp.
Got to hit the scoreboard. They've got to find a target.
Yep.
Merritt puts it into Bright, who marks
Yes.
it 30 metres out directly in
Got
front.
it. That's better.
That was hard work. That's all I can say.
It was, yeah. Got to reward them now. Got to put it on the scoreboard. Got to put it. They're having a moment here. They got to put it on the scoreboard. Get it back
And
under
the
30.
Bombers have finally got a shot at goal after 11 minutes of fucking around with the football.
That's 100% true.
Guys,
Has to be a goal here.
Mr. Reliable.
Got it.
He is a goal-kicking machine.
And Melbourne have gone 8 points ahead of Gold Coast with 10 minutes to go.
Oh my God.
Come on, Gold Coast. I've never barracked for Gold Coast ever, but come on. Self-interest today.
That goal came about by an accidental kick from Merritt that happened to go along the ground to Alachkar, who got it back to Merritt, who kicked to Peter
Just
Wright.
imagine Peter Wright in a good side.
Oh,
Like, just that's the sort of player I'd love at the Pies. Just someone that could just stand in deep forward and, you know.
and I think, he's only, 30? And so he'll play another 4 years at least, I would say.
Yeah.
And he's very strong.
Clearance by Adelaide here. And now they're inside 50. It's
And
coming
Jones-
in.
Oh,
Jones
that's a
done
bit
very
poor.
well there. Can Jones redeem what's left of his career by reinventing himself as a defender? Let's see.
Good job, McGrath.
Daywicks
To Daywicks,
off by hands to Langford. Langford back to Daywicks.
running through the centre.
Running through the centre. Then back to the
Good
wing.
play here.
Not
Can they
by
get back-to-back
Alachkar.
goals?
Come on.
Got the
And
numbers
he's
up
gone
forward.
inside 50 and Caddy comes down. He can't bring the ball down. Unlucky not to get a free kick. And Kako. Kako got
Right's free.
he missed to the far
Oh, he had
side.
Peter Wright in the goal square.
And he burned Peter Wright. He burned him.
And how,
Goodness gracious me, geez. If you
Now,
just
this
had
was
to
not
kick,
high-
Peter Wright had the
that was high
height and the match
contact.
up.
high contact to Caddy. He does not get any love from the umpires, that boy. He works hard for every single goal he gets.
And possession's back with Adelaide after
Oh, this could be
a
costly.
really amazing build-up by Essendon that went
And
nowhere.
Dropped
Slice
to the knees.
ground.
Dropped to the knees.
Dropped.
That's ball.
That's holding the ball.
That must be ball, but the umpire, I think, is going to
Oh,
pay.
that umpire has
High
no
three.
idea. No
Um,
idea.
Oh, Walker's back there as well.
And see, that's what happens.
And Adelaide have punished
got it.
Essendon, gone coast to coast.
And do you know, that's one thing I really hate. And I know people say, oh, but he still got him high. Well, I mean, if you drop a foot at distance because the guy's gone to his knees,
If you fall to the ground,
That's shocking.
I think it should eliminate the. I don't think it comes down to tackling technique.
no.
Someone drops to the ground. I think that you've got to pay the more obvious free, which
And-
was holding the ball.
And if the umpire and the AFL, if the AFL are worried about head-high contact, then they want to eliminate this dropping to the knees because that's contributing to head-high contact and possible concussions.
Yeah, we don't want to see that. You want the more obvious free of the two.
Yeah, see that was his prior. And how tough is this kid?
Clark's
I tell
back on. I was making Ray a
Hyperextension.
cup of tea when he got injured.
Hyperextension of his knee. I really hope he's all right. Because, I mean,
Oh, they've got to do
Jacinda's
better with their
message-
inside 50s, Essendon. That's the thing that's letting them down.
And just as you said that, Durham kicks it to
Oh,
the Adelaide
gee.
defence.
Getting a lot of
Now they need
opportunities, to
to.
be fair, Essendon. Here's another
Good
opportunity,
job.
bad
Merritt
turnover.
chops it off by hands to Durham. Durham's going inside 50. It's a 2-on-2 in Clark in the pocket. Has missed it and has gone out of bounds.
I think it was touched, though.
It's got to be a throw-in, surely.
I think it was touched. Do it.
It's got to be a throw-in, sure. Yes, and it is. It is.
Chris says, hello, Hotkey. Hello, Hotkey. Thanks for joining as well. I'll read out the comments as you all put them in.
Redmond snaps.
Oh,
And misses. Essendon are not without their opportunities here. They've got to be really efficient to beat a much, much stronger Adelaide team today. And Adelaide are slowly going to work it out of defence with a little bit of uncontested football. Archie has it. Deep in Adelaide's D50.
Just holding it, really.
Essendon's pretty well set up. He can't find an option. Smacked out of bounds there.
By Condagianis. He's also one of their new draftees. He was picked in the 30s, that player. So we've been playing a lot of our first-year players, and they've been holding up, which is good. Durham's
going to get a stoppage here. It's 80 metres out from Essendon's goal.
Brian gets a tap to Durham, who's already being held, who then tackles the next player that gets it. Brian kicks it out into the 50. Kako, nearly.
Adelaide are going to go down the corridor. They're out here.
jeez. He's hurt as well.
Player.
No, Adelaide.
Both hurt, yeah. Kako ran into his legs.
The ball here, and they're screwing this up big time, Adelaide, and they've gone back for the pressure relieving kick.
All right, who's injured? That's what we need to
Kako went
know.
straight into his head. He went straight into when Kako fell down.
Oh
his
my
head
God.
hit. Yeah.
It's Clark again. That poor kid. I think take him off. Let him rest.
Yeah. I think, Kako cleaned him up.
But that sometimes is the communication issue, right? Yeah. See?
Oh, he did too.
Clark injured himself there.
Clark
slid into Kako.
Clark either's got to call Kako in or say, I've got it. Right?
Yeah.
And so
hopefully
he'll be all right.
Hopefully he's all right. Hopefully it's not a concussion, so he can come back out today, because Essendon cannot afford to play one down against.
And he's one of the tough players. So as you can see, he's not afraid to get, belted up.
Oh, I just find it amusing because Ray had him on the cart. Scratched it off 10 minutes ago.
Well, and I said he's a really tough player, and so
back from the dead.
Yeah, because a knee injury in a young player like that, you try not to have. But Jones again.
Jones is putting his hand up for another contract.
Because he has a 1 year left, and I think they've been really trying to find his optimal position.
Roberts
to Johnson along the boundary line,
and
but he's
Caddy
not.
is out of position and could do nothing about that then.
Yeah, he's playing 2-on-1 a lot, so that's.
And it looks like Melbourne are going to defeat the Gold Coast there. They're out to 15 points up with 5 minutes to go.
So here's a stat here. Efficiency to goal. Essendon is 23%. Adelaide are 31%.
Yeah. So that's really telling the story, because what happens is that efficiency you sort of see it in the ground. They're not getting efficient ball use. They're getting turnovers.
Another inside 50, up and Caddy flies for the mark. Can't bring it to ground.
Alachka to Caddy, across to Unwin. Kick it, buddy. No.
Too much indecision. Caddy tries to snap.
Oh,
The siren beats him.
was even spewing out blood too, says Greatness.
Yeah, I think he probably got a bit of a knock to the teeth, looked like.
Gallant effort from Essendon. They're still, they have not let this game get too far away from them, which is good.
And the pressure has been really good. If they clean up that connection, they clean up their ball movement a little bit, and that comes just with time.
And I think Adelaide's not playing especially well. I just think Essendon's mistakes are really being capitalised on.
Yeah.
If they can clean up their errors, then yeah, it would be it's a very even contest aside from the scoreboard.
Yeah. And really it's when Adelaide mostly gets it over the back or into an open forward line is when they're really putting on the scores. So, and that generally is just when there's an unexpected turnover or there's someone gives away a free kick. So if they sort of clean up those bits and pieces, and that comes with experience with this very young side, there's a lot of young players here. And I think they're playing between 9 and 11 teenagers a week. So that's a very young side. So Paul Clark, he's been in everything, kicked the first goal, then hurt his knee, then got cleaned up by his own player. Like he's having a rough game. I think maybe we should keep him on the sidelines just to protect him from himself.
So Merritt is leading the disposals on the ground, 15. Archie Roberts with 14. Jordan Dawson with 13. And Ryan and Durham with 12 of each. And my player watch, Jackson Artemis has 10.
Yeah. And Peter Wright's kicked 3 and Thilthorpe's kicked 3. So they're really they've got one standout forward in each side, yeah. But what I often find is Caddy often has good second halves. And I think it's like he works himself into the game. So we'll see if he can do that tonight. Also, the defenders start to get a bit tired. And he has a really good tank on him. So he still needs to work on his forward craft a little bit. He does have a little bit of that running under the ball, a tendency to do that. But that comes with experience. But I know his kicking the last couple of weeks has been really good. And last week he kicked 3 goals. So
Alachka leading Essendon's score involvements with 4.
Yep.
What's g'day Melbourne MD? What's Langford's my player watch was Langford? What's he on?
Yeah, let's have a look at him.
Okay.
He's been playing a lot in the back line. He's had a tough day in terms of the ball's been coming in really well, and he's been really having to cover a few men because the back line is not very settled, especially with a lot of ins and outs. But I've been really impressed with the game of Jones. I was starting to think that maybe with his severe injuries he's had, that maybe
Langford needs to step it up. 4 disposals and 1 tackle, 1 mark.
Yeah.
Very quiet game so far.
Yeah.
Okay.
But I've been what's Jones had, because that's I know sometimes you don't get the stats with defenders. They're more spoils and things like that, so you don't necessarily see them in terms of disposals or things like that.
Yeah, Harrison Jones, 5 disposals, 4 tackles, no marks.
Yeah.
Yeah, but he's passing the eye test a little bit today. He's the one that I thought Essendon might be tempted to delist because he really wasn't showing much at AFL level.
He's got 1 year left on his contract.
Okay.
But that doesn't necessarily mean they won't, with a new coach coming in, you never know what's going to happen. So all these boys are going to put their best foot forward.
And they're trying to reinvent him in defence after the wing position hadn't worked out for him last year. And he wasn't working out as a forward either. He's been pushed out of the forward line.
Yeah, but he's really good at floating across packs at marks. That's what he used to do a lot a couple of years ago before he got that really bad injury. So if people aren't familiar, the injuries he's had stress fractures in the back when he first came. And then he had a dislocated ankle last year, which was an awful injury. And it took until about the start of the year till he was really comfortable to play, I think, under pressure. And then he's played in the VFL trying to find a spot and get fitness back. So, yeah.
And what do we all think about? I tipped Carlton last night, and I was laughed at. I didn't think they'd win by that much, but I thought at Marvel they only just went down to Brisbane at the Gabba earlier in the year under Voss's coaching. What do we all think about that crazy game last night?
Yeah, that was. I don't know what to say about that. To be fair, it was a shootout, wasn't it? And then Melbourne bet them out their own game. Carlton bet them out their own game.
And Harry Dean kicked a ripper first AFL goal.
Yes.
On his left, he swung on his left, running in from 45. It was pretty amazing. And Brisbane are now in a bit of a vulnerable position because they have have 3 tough games to end the season, and I'd still count Gold Coast as a tough game because all the Q clashes can sort of be a bit high pressure.
Yeah.
So they have to beat Gold Coast, Hawthorn, or they have to beat Hawthorn, Gold Coast, and the Pies. And Brisbane lose two out of 3 of those games, they are going to slide big time down the ladder.
Yeah, they got belted by the Giants early in the season. Then they won the last 7 out of 8 games. So I think it might be just a blimp. But yeah, Carlton, you wouldn't want to play them in wildcard round. They're a dangerous team, very dangerous team.
And Geelong have positioned themselves perfectly to push for top 4 with their run home as well.
Yeah.
Yeah. Melbourne have just won as well by 9 points.
And Melbourne play Fremantle next week, I believe.
Yeah. I'd probably fancy Melbourne. I'd probably pick Melbourne, to be fair.
That's going to be interesting. Fremantle's playing Fremantle seem to be having these low-scoring games most weeks where it's like a real scrappy, shitty game. Then they just kind of kick away a little bit towards the end. Because I blamed us last time we played Freo for such our sort of low-scoring game, but I think that was mainly coming from Fremantle, not just from our defensive game. So I've noticed a bit of a trend with them. So we'll see if that holds up in finals to play just, one good quarter of football at the end.
They have a tough couple of weeks, Freo. It won't matter because they've got minor premierships all sorted, but they've got Melbourne and they've got to play Adelaide. It probably won't matter to Freo because they've got top spots soaked up.
Are any of those games at the MCG?
No, just the Melbourne one.
The Melbourne
That's
one is.
it. Yeah.
Yeah. It's important for them to, I think, mentally to perform well in the MCG because going into finals, you're not going to play on the MCG again if they win both their games.
The Crows can shape
the
finals.
Until the grand
Sorry,
final.
the Dockers can shape the finals because they play Melbourne and Adelaide next 2 weeks.
Yeah.
So if they win both of those games, then that really shifts everything. Adelaide and Melbourne
in the last round.
to lose any.
Sorry?
That they got Carlton in the last round. That's at Marvel. Jeez, why can't playing at the Marvel all of a sudden? I don't think Freo would be happy with that.
Yeah.
So that Crows game's in Perth.
Okay.
Yeah, that's ideally we just want Fremantle to keep winning. Give the Pies a chance to maybe make top 6 if we and figure out a way to beat a couple up pretty hard sides.
I think they'll put their best players in per se hotkey, but if a couple of players have got niggles, I don't think they'll play them. Like if they're like 50-50 or 40-60, they'll rest them. Yeah, they'll rest. Yeah,
but they're more likely to rest probably a game out from their last game because otherwise you get an extra week.
Yeah. Yeah, it won't necessarily be a week before the bye, but they might just rest a play here or here or there before that bye sets in.
Yeah, exactly. The ladder's very flat in the middle there, so almost every game plays a part in shaping the finals.
Turn this. I'll just mute this.
So what do you think of the game so far, Lucas?
So far, I think you've been okay. Just the forward line's the problem. The efficiency in the forward line. I think you've had a lot of the ball.
It's the kicking into it.
Yeah, that's the problem. You're causing some turnovers from full back / wing. But yeah, the efficiency going forward isn't that great. But I think this was a lot better half than last week against Hawthorn, to be fair.
Stats are pretty even between the two teams.
Yeah.
Not too far apart. Adelaide just ahead in a lot of them, but not much. And Richmond won today.
Not
West
surprising.
Coast awfully.
That's surprising. Considering there's been a few turnovers, the kicking efficiency is not too bad. It's not like it's still above 60% for Essendon.
And there's 63. The top 8 projected draft is just on the screen.
Yep.
So Cochrane still tipped at number 1 and Cody Walker at number 2.
Yes. Hang on.
But we think we get the impression Richmond, even if Essendon do manage to somehow against the odds get another win this year, I still think Richmond will prefer Harry Van Hatten because they need a ruckman. But it'll be interesting.
Yeah. It will be interesting.
And two father-son or academy-tied players projected at 1 or 2, which means that they could make Carlton and Port Adelaide really pay up.
Yeah.
Now, Cochrane played for Port in the SANFL. He got injured.
Right. Interesting.
Okay.
He only had 3 disposals. So I didn't watch that game per se. That game was on actual Channel 7, to be fair, before the Crows game. I didn't watch it, but yeah, he only got 3 touches, and I think he got injured.
Yeah.
Unless they played him for a quarter, which wouldn't make sense.
Yeah, and did he get injured early in the game?
I reckon he might have, because he only had 3 touches. See, they don't do time on ground stats in the SANFL. The AFL app won't let that. But yeah, he only had 3 disposals.
I know in the Talent League, the stats only come up after the round is done.
Oh, wow.
For all the players. So
So Gold Coast ended up going down by 9 points.
Yeah.
Every time they play at their home ground, they seem to they lose by 1 to 2 goals. And when they play away from their home ground, it's a smashing. So they still have the home ground advantage. They play better there, but they still can't get over the line this year. It's been 9 or 10 weeks now.
They have to be the most disappointing club for the year.
They're threatening to, and you know what? They're really close to being bottom 4.
Well, if you look at their talent on their I think Fremantle have the most talented list, and they're first on the ladder. I think second is Gold Coast. I think they have the most talented players on the list, and look where they are on the ladder. Like, they have the second best in my opinion, and look where they are on the ladder.
They were tipped to be top 4, weren't they?
They were tipped to win the flag.
Some people, they played us in opening round and they absolutely belted us by 60 points. And we were like, oh yeah, okay, they're the real deal. They're going to win every game at home. Ray, it was your team that caused the problems because you played them up in Gold Coast and you did really well. You could have won that game.
We should have won that game. That was a couple of mistakes in the last quarter that kind of allowed him to win that.
And what's really interesting... Sorry, mate.
I was going to say, ever since that game, they've been dreadful. Absolutely. They've only won one game in the last 10 weeks. That was against Port Adelaide. But that Essendon game, just terrible.
Kane Cornes was ranking the best to worst coaches in the AFL. And it's so funny. He put Damien Hardwick, he put Hardwick above, I think he put him above Stephen King, which is really funny. And what's really contradictory about that, he's been giving it to Luke Beveridge for years about how he's a bad coach with a good list. And I'm thinking it has to apply here. You've got a good list, and if you can't get anything out of them, how are you not in the bottom 4 coaches of the year?
I agree with you, but the problem could also be that they don't like his personality. You know what I mean? You've got a lot of seniors in there.
Apparently, they're fed up with him talking about, but this worked at Richmond, but this is what we did at Richmond. Apparently, the players are sick of hearing about Richmond and what worked at Richmond when he was the coach there. Apparently.
Hot key. I think that play you're talking about is Dersma. So yeah, he was upset after the game. Another loss to West Coast. So it was Dersma. But no, they've got, like I said, I think they've got the second best on talent. Talent won't win you games. I understand that, but on paper, and paper won't win you games either. But they've got the second, in my opinion, the second best list, and they're nowhere near it. Nowhere near it. They were 7-3. They were 7-3 on top of the ladder, blowing everyone away, and they had that weird game against Essendon. And since then, they've been very unconvincing, very poor. So I don't know what Essendon did to him, Ray. You put the curse on him.
They actually took him. They took him apart a little bit through the centre. They were just running everything freely. I remember that game. It was fast. It was just coast to coast everywhere.
Yeah.
It was.
Yeah, you got to be careful when you're building a list. You don't just want to look at all your B graders and just go, let's replace all the B graders with A graders, because it's just not gonna work either. And you watched the national champs yesterday. So you watched the Coates Talent League yesterday?
Me, yeah. I watched the Calder Cannons versus the Rangers. I was mainly looking at Blake Justice, who is one of our academy players. NGA. So he's just come back he's had a couple of injuries this year, and so I think it's really only his second game back, I think, or third game back since he was injured. But he looked good, and he's sort of a tall midfielder. I think he's 190 centimeters and gets good clearances. He looks pretty good. So That's because I was also watching for Buick as well, because Buick is playing as an underager in the Talent League, and kicked 2 goals. So, and he was playing as a midfielder today. They'd been protecting him a little bit and playing him off halfback because he'd come back from sort of a back injury earlier in the year. They actually thought he might have needed an operation, but turned out it wasn't as severe as they thought. So they've been protecting him a little bit, and the players are coming back out on the ground. But yeah, the Coates League, I was enjoying the games. They had a good win. So we're back. And the Setterfield gets another tackle, but they were still able to get the handball out.
Oh, that's not a good sign, is it?
Yeah, that's Darren Buick's son, Kobe Buick, hotkey.
Oh.
So now Essendon has it in the back line to McGrath, who runs off and kicks it to Unwin, who handballs across.
Terrible handball.
Terrible handball.
Oh, no. Yeah, they're going to make you pay here. There'll be one of Walker and Philthorpe in the goal square here, I bet you.
So now Archie kicks into the forward line, deep forward, and Philthorpe marks in the square.
Yeah, can't turn that ball over there.
Not much he could do about that.
I think we'll just pencil this one in.
I think so. I don't know who turned that ball over. Maybe it was Artemis. It was one of the younger guys, which, I mean, that happens. But you got to be a little bit more clean when you're running it off half back like that by hand. So
just wasn't a good start, was it, when they got that clearance?
Yeah, well, I mean, I think the talent on the list is good, but it's about connecting all those players and experience and things like that. What do you think of the players that you've been watching Essendon for a couple of matches now that we're doing the watch-alongs for Essendon? What do you think of some of the young players, Lucas?
Yeah, they've got the talent. I think they've still got the talent, but yeah, they just make silly mistakes, don't they?
Yeah.
That they need to patch up. Probably in another pre-season, they're still very young. A lot of young players there.
Yeah.
But no, there's good players out there like Pryor, a good little player. Roby, I know he's not playing today. But I just think they just need to just clean up their disposal. Just add a little bit of a 5% polish here or there. I think they'll be okay. I think they'll be okay.
Oh, Walker, strong mark against Langford, who's a non-entity today.
Who I don't know if that's his player. If it is,
he's
I
good
think he's a bit tall for Langford, I think, don't you think?
Yeah.
Or a bit strong on the body.
I guess that is the matchup because
Reed is on Philthorpe
Reed's
at the
on
moment.
Philthorpe, so
I think Langford's got him for speed and in the air.
Yeah.
But contested, that's a bit of a shank kick there by Tex.
Yeah, it's fallen quite short.
Langers is at a bit of a crossroads at the moment with his career at about 30 years old, and
he has suffered from being played in multiple positions this year. So he was being played in the forward, across the wing, and that can sort of disrupt your consistency. Peter Wright has it on the wing to Setterfield, to Merritt, back to Setterfield, and Setterfield kicks it towards the forward line for Essendon.
Bodies in, but pushes him into the footy, not under the footy. But
what happened there? He's hurt Rule there. That was good body work, but he just,
Daywicks is a tough player. I think he is very strong across the hips. So now Adelaide are just picking their way through the centre here very slowly.
Oh, another turnover.
Now they've kicked it forwards, and Langford
can punish them on turnover here. Alashka and their handball's a shocker. But Essendon might recover. They recover. They go to the football. Durham with a spearing
Yeah.
little pass.
To Peter Wright.
Get it.
Peter Wright is
Kick it
60
to
metres
Worrell.
out. He's got a player running
He's not
past
right
him.
for
He
him.
mauls him and he goes right to the pocket. Can Caddy bring it down?
Yes.
He does. He finally brings the
Yeah.
mark down. First time
Rule.
today. Finally
Yeah,
sticks
Rule
one.
didn't look good there. Yeah, Rule looked hurt there.
Yeah, and you know what? With Caddy, he will work hard all game. And do you know what the thing I've always thought about is a good forward knows how to kick to another forward. And you see that with this game.
He'll kick around the
See it
body
with
here. This
Peter
should be a goal here.
Oh, fingers crossed. He has had some kicking issues.
Oh, he's going to kick a drop punt. I thought he
and-
got around the body.
Just a bit
Oh, no.
this slide.
Oh,
Stabbed
I
at
thought
him.
he got around the body.
Yeah, look, he has had some kicking issues this year. He has ironed them out the last couple of weeks, but that still can creep in when you just.
Now, this could run by. This is running by Essendon.
Yep. Now Contagianis has it here. He's handballed it across to
Numbers out
David,
here.
and then back to McGrath, who's running towards. Ran a fair way, got to bounce in.
Right, got to
Very
find
lucky.
a target. You've got to find a
And
target.
just turns it right over in typical McGrath fashion.
He needed to go a little bit wider there to hit Pryor, I think.
He needs to realise his own limitations.
He did everything right. He just another turnover here.
So Johnson to Setterfield, to Merritt, who handballs it to Peter Wright, who stab kicks it, and Unwin was not prepared to go for that.
See, that's again. So they're causing turnovers, the Bombers, but they're not putting on. They can't. It's a forward line breakdown. It's a forward line that's breaking down.
It's a connection
from
between
midfield to forward line.
Yeah, that's that connection, and that comes with the young side. Good job there by Roberts on Rankin. He picks it up.
I think they've owned this last 5 minutes here. I think they've owned this 5 minutes here, and they've got to put it on the board.
Yep, they have owned it, and that's Redmond kicks it.
Risky
Dangerous kick, but he gets
Pulls it off.
gets it to. Is that Unwin? No, it's Artemis. Both have curly mops.
Artemis receives the ball back. Nice little spearing kick to Alachka.
Caddy's one-on-one with Raw. Kick it to Caddy. Raw's. I don't think he's playing well. Raw.
Hit it right to Artemis. Artemis is going for Caddy. Doesn't quite kick it.
Oh.
Kicks it around the body.
Missed.
He thought he got it.
Did he? Did he kick it?
He
missed.
He actually thought he got that.
Yeah, that lets you down. It lets you down. He's got unbridled X factor, but he just doesn't know how to.
But at 20,
how to be clean.
At 20, imagine another 3 years on him.
Hopefully, he can correct that part of his game. His goal kicking.
Angus Clark walked out of the game with concussion. Angus Clark out of the game.
Yeah. He was playing in a way that he was just going to get a bad injury today. I swear it was going to be something.
Come again. They got to seriously put it on the board. Here they come again. This is good by Essendon, to be fair.
Yeah. Now, Brian has played pretty well today in the ruck, but Durham gets it out, kicks it into the forward line. Peter Wright's there.
Score.
Unwin gets it out. Gets it across to Peter Wright, to Durham.
To Alachka.
Alachka.
Goal. It's a little goal sneak. Number 2 to Alachka.
Well, they deserve that. They've played the better footy, Essendon. They clearly deserve that goal.
Yeah. And you can
stay within that 7-point mark.
Yeah, so you can see here, even in the background, Caddy's still working. He's keeping his player out, and that's what I think will come for those forwards. Positioning, leading properly, and, just getting it to ground when it needs to come to ground.
They need back-to-back goals here. They need a clearance and a back-to-back goal.
Yeah. So they've just interchanged Alachka. So Alachka's having a rest.
Yeah.
And back in the centre. So Sharp's back in the centre here. So Durham gets a scrubby clearance. And then good tackle, Durham.
Oh, beautiful.
Then Sharp goes in.
I don't like Adelaide's effort. They've switched off Adelaide.
Yeah, Sharp, very good. Across to Merritt, across to Pryor, kicking into the forward, just outside 50 to Kako. Should go to Peter Wright here. Overcooked it.
Adelaide under pressure here.
Kako runs forward and they just
clearing kick.
Yeah, Pryor is on the defence.
Geez, they can't clear it, Adelaide. They're struggling to get inside 50s, Adelaide.
Essendon's pushing up a bit, I think.
Adelaide are trying to switch play. Can Essendon get across the ground quick enough? A sloppy kick out of from Adelaide, and Artemis is about to gather the football.
Across to
Roberts. And back to Artemis. Back to Artemis, who can keep the ball alive.
Oh, that's good.
Oh, brilliant recovery.
Good Durham across
Durham and Farrow. Back to Durham. Durham's trying to gather the football and he's
tackled over
the line.
But that was
very good play there.
Well done there. They were hemming him in and they managed to get it down towards their forward line again.
Oh, if they can get back-to-back goals, that would spook Adelaide. They'd really
good tackle by Essendon, and there's another ball up in the same spot.
Problem with Adelaide, their efficiency is so good. You get inside 51 to kick a goal.
Now it's going along the wing and tackle.
Lovely tackle. That's ball.
Good job, Merritt. He's had a good couple of weeks, actually. He's been really putting in the effort. So that's all you can ask. Now it's across to Reid, who switches. Across to Langford, across to
and Redmond has an option here, right on the wing, and
they're out here.
Overcooked it, and it's a lasso free because Artemis.
That should not be a lasso. That should not. That's where the rule does itself. That was just a skill error. That's got nothing to do with last disposal, last touch. Nothing.
Oh, and kicking the forward line is marked by Langford. He's had a good quarter so far.
I think Artemis has done a lot of nice things this quarter.
He has. We're going across the ground to Roberts. He's not seeing a lot, so he's holding the ball a bit. Gets it to Kako.
Oh, this is a good switch here.
He's always crafty, this Kako. So
go. Move it a little
they've got numbers on the wing here. They've got good numbers.
Booming kick.
That's to Jones. Across to Redmond. Or is it Durham?
Centres it.
Another
numbers in the football. And another average entry by Essendon.
Yeah, just could not pick out a target there. And then Dawson.
And a strong mark by Dawson.
Oh, it's good contested mark by Dawson. You see Adelaide, they'll go forward here. You watch, they'll kick a goal here, Adelaide.
Adelaide are going to make Essendon pay here.
There you go.
They're going to waltz into an open goal through Keys.
Oh, Keys made a mill out of it, but got there, yeah. So two strong contested marks there.
Yeah, and Keys hasn't had a good game, really. He's been well held.
Oh, what am I doing?
And Essendon have
that hurts.
Dominated general play, and Adelaide only needed one forward entry to undo all of it.
But that mismatch was Johnson on Thilthorpe. That was poor kid. Like he's never gonna be able to spoil that.
Yeah, it was two big contested marks, wasn't it? One from Dawson and then one from Thilthorpe. that
Yeah.
just got them the
The
media
Adelaide
game.
Crows will be worried. Be worried about
Yeah, they would
their
be,
form heading into September here.
Because Essendon's had all the play. You know, and they should be capitalising on it a bit more. But so Brian gets it down. Setterfield tackled. Merritt tackled.
It's good
Setterfield
here.
gets it out to Sharp, who gets it across to Johnson, who kicks it into the forward 50. What a long kick that is. Couldn't quite bring it down. And Artemis has it. So there's a ball up here just inside the forward 50 for Essendon.
Free
now
kicks
Adelaide
11-9 over Essendon.
Essendon got a free kick push in the back here against Tex Walker.
Philthorpe's playing back now, I think, because Walker's the one on forward, unless Philthorpe's off.
And that's a good mark by Day Wicks in the centre. He's kicking into the forward 50. He's looking
Philthorpe is
for
back there.
one of our big forwards. Caddy doesn't mark, but he tackles, puts pressure on. There's a dump kick out. Spoilt towards the forward 50 again. Now Essendon have
Can't
to
let them out here.
Yeah, exactly. And
Held up brilliantly.
that was a throw.
Oh,
Good job,
Now,
Redmond.
now
Yeah,
lower your
well
eyes, Redmond. No, he's gone to a 1-on-2, a pointless 1-on-2.
So now they get the ball in. So hopefully their smalls can rove this one.
They're not giving your forwards a chance to mark the football.
Yeah.
And low percentage just to expect Caddy to take contested marks all day.
Yeah, exactly. Especially 2-on-1. Like, oh, good job, Merritt.
I'd put it with
Merritt.
Here they come again.
There's a wobbly kick into the forward line. Everyone goes up.
Lovely little knock on there. Back to Artemis. Back to
Johnson,
who's lining up from 50. It's going to fall short and it's going to be wide.
out in the full. Buddy, you should have done better than that.
This doesn't feel like a bottom 14 versus a top 14. This is closer than the scoreboard suggests.
Yeah, that all this stuff is really not hard to clean up, but it takes time, especially with young kids.
Kept in by Roberts to Redmond, going inboard to Johnson.
Johnson handballs to Merritt. Is it?
Oh,
To
sold Roberts into trouble there with an awful handball.
But was that really a free though? Didn't have any prior. It should have just been play on.
That's a free every day of the week. He sold him into trouble, and he just you just don't make good decisions.
No, Shelley.
He was hot there.
Yeah, I think the call was a bit. I would have just called a play on. It would have been the same result anyway. So let's see how this kick goes.
Adelaide's mid-season
is
recruit.
He's very good. He's playing because Laird's injured, and he's offered a lot more than Laird, to be fair.
Helicopter kick.
Goes
through the middle. For his first goal in AFL.
Wasn't the best kick off the boot, but he had penetration.
Welcome to the big time, Hugo Hawker.
Oh, that hurt. So they've gone down inside 50 twice there, and they've kicked 2 goals.
Yeah.
Ouch. The scoreboard's a bit flattening. So it's 43 points, if my maths is correct.
So the disposal, like there are 5 Essendon players in the top 6 for disposals.
Wow.
So that just shows you they've had the ball, you know.
Yeah. There's a class difference between the two sides.
Yeah, and experience difference is really showing.
You're watching a bottom side playing a top 8 team, and it's kind of what
doesn't
happens.
feel like that in general play, though. Adelaide are really struggling.
To Mr. Reliable, Pryor.
If you're an Adelaide fan, you wouldn't be happy with this.
No, you wouldn't.
You can't throw the player to ground.
Essendon, it's just the bottom the bottom side part is just their their efficiency is pretty bad. They're in the contest. They're just so sloppy.
Yeah. So now they're working it through the middle, just holding it up. Durham kicks backwards to Reid.
Here they come again.
To Roberts.
Even that was just a really, really risky kick.
It was, especially kicking just on the 50-metre line of Adelaide. Now Pryor running through the centre, kicks to Sharp, just on the edge of the square, on the far wing. He kicks inboard to McGrath.
Don't kick it.
He heads into the forward line to Peter Wright.
Oh,
doesn't bring it down.
Idiot.
He needed Farrow needed to hunt the ball more there.
Yeah.
Good job.
Good marking. Good marking the player there, right? They just really put the pressure on. And Reid, I tell you what, he is really, really gathering momentum as our key defender there. This is his first full season that he's been able to put together.
Needs to get the footy into Artemis's hands more. He's a very, very clean ball user.
They're going inside 50 again, the Bombers.
So this is kick by Contagianis.
Yeah, but they're just kicking it. They're going to mark everything if they keep kicking it in like that. It's really annoying to watch them do this.
On the counter, this is where they get you the Crows.
I'd prefer them to scrub it along the ground, honestly, than just do that. Now, McGrath picks it off. How did that happen? McGrath?
Lucky let off.
Bloody oath it is.
Crows had you cold there.
Kicking down to the wing. Unwin infringes.
Wow.
Not sure that there was a lot in it, but he was undersized, so. So now they're switching to the other side. Adelaide, good smother by Merrick.
And there's nobody there to make him pay for the skill error.
And Archie marks about 35 metres out. Wow.
Where were your players? They allowed him to recover.
Ball watching. That's been a bit of an issue for Essendon, ball watching. They're not quite connected. They're not, not quite got that polish, not quite got an idea of what every player is going to do. I think Redmond's had a good game, and you can see from that effort there what they're going to put together next year. And I think the scoreboard does not reflect how the game's been played.
No. And Archie makes no mistake. And
it's the efficiency. It's the efficiency that's killing us.
Yeah.
But Crows have got good efficiency in general, so you really have to take your chances.
Yeah.
I gave Crows a little bit more credit there. 15, not 14. 15.
But I'm happy with how the boys are playing. It's really getting the connection between them. Once they clean that up, and that's just purely because A, they're young, B, they've had so many injuries that they just have not had the consistent sort of games. Sometimes it's not about the age. Now, they've just balled it up. They're kicking back into the forward line, Adelaide, but it is picked off by Langford, who's had a really good quarter.
Okay.
He kicks wide to Farrow.
They've got to stay with him here, Essendon. They just can't lower their heads. They did that against
He kicks
Hawthorn, and
wide to
Hawthorn brought them out.
who punches it onto Dawson, who and they're kicking it from everywhere. It doesn't matter where they're getting it, they're kicking the goals.
Me, it's his first goal as well.
So I think Essendon they need to take some risks and they need to go through the centre. They're getting hemmed on the sideline. And if you're going to get hemmed, make sure that ball goes over. So that mistake there was by Sharp, who is a first-year player. And he probably needed to be tackled over, not let that come out. And that's why there's only 5% or 10% between the top sides and the bottom sides. It's all those little things across the ground. And once they clean that up, that's,
Yeah. It's they're a very frustrating team to watch because they just keep trying the same failed thing every time. And
holding the ball.
Good effort.
Come on. No. Oh, Dawson. That's holding the ball. Surely one of them.
Good tackle, Setterfield, bringing Dawson to ground.
Gee, he must
wait. Oh, beautiful. Good. That was holding the ball.
On a target.
Setterfield long into the forward line and ball brought to ground. Adelaide gather.
Tackle.
That's holding the ball.
That has to be holding the ball, the cod, the coin, everything. Rock and roll. Nan Curvis.
So Jones, who has gone down to the forward line.
Harrison Jones trying to
pencil it in, Ray?
His career.
Sorry?
Do I pencil it in? He's only 40 out directly in front. Do I pencil it in or hold?
No, I'm a nervous watch of he used to be a really good kick, but after that ankle injury, I'm just not sure. I haven't seen enough kicks of him. He's been playing a lot in the back line and on the wing.
Okay, let's go. Hold. This is for his career. It's going to sneak in. It's a goal.
Yep.
He got it.
Good boy.
He got it. There you go. They get a goal.
So I think he might be, after seeing this game, I think he's worth persisting with. As a player, I was starting to think he wasn't, but in the defence, he seems like he's pretty solid. And then I think he's gone forward after Clark's been put out for the game.
And that's 5 tackles from Jones. And I would never have described Jones as like a sort of a tough player, but 5 tackles. He's starting to maybe add an element of physicality to his game.
They haven't been able to get back-to-back goals since the first quarter where they went 2-0. So the next goal is crucial just to stay in there, just to put some pressure on Adelaide.
Yeah. Now, that's 50. How's that not 50?
Should have been. I've seen far left being paid.
Gee, I tell you, I swear this is the umpire training ground against Essendon because they make a lot of mistakes.
Oh, nice work, Kako.
Beautiful kick.
Contagianis is a good kick and it's a long kick. Kako's marked it on the 50.
Beautiful. Spot up a target. He just gets his hands to it and they work it out of bounds, Essendon. No, Adelaide are going to try the clearing kick. And Essendon, and here's McGrath by hands, and there is a free kick somewhere.
No, 3/4 time.
3/4 time, sorry. I didn't hear the siren.
That was lucky because I think they would have got a goal from that passage, Adelaide. The siren was not our friend in that. A few more seconds, and I think they would have got a boot on it.
But that was from general play. It was a much better. This is a much better game. This hasn't felt like the Hawthorn game last week. They've been much better than that. Yeah.
I think the Hawthorn game last week, they played well in like the first quarter and a half. And then they were playing catch up after that. After that, they were sort of a metre off in their positioning, whereas tonight I don't feel like that's the case. I feel like their pressure's been really good. And actually, if you have a look at the stats, they're ahead in the 1%ers. And I know sometimes that's because they haven't not holding the ball enough sometimes, but I think that's not really the case. We've had a lot of the general play. So they're 10 ahead in the 1%ers. So that they're putting a lot of pressure on. The tackles are very even for both sides. It really the marks inside 50 is what's killing them, and the contested marks. And I think that comes from the delivery into the forward line, the inconsistency of the younger players, and a bit more strength as they are developing and getting older. So imagine this side here with Nick Martin in it, with, another big tall. So another player that's out and has been out for nearly 2 years now is another player like Reed, another big tall defender. Having two of them down there, I think, will really help them. We haven't really had that in defence, and the problem is with Mackay, he's not mobile. He doesn't read the game, and I think this other guy, which his name is Hayes, he does read the game. He's just been very unlucky with injuries. So if we can get some of these guys fit and working well together, I think the core is there. They need the polish. They need the connection. And I think that's, going to come.
Yeah, I agree.
But it'll be interesting who they take in this draft now. Because you've got to look at the players you've got, and you've got to look at what complements those players.
Yeah, we'd like to see Essendon put on 4 or 5 goals in this quarter, and I think that would be an encouraging kind of outcome for Bombers fans.
Yeah. I feel like it's been a very even performance as well. Like, a lot of the players have been getting involved. Like Kondagiannis has got involved in that quarter. Langford got involved. Artemis. Not just the Durhams and the Peter Wrights and those players. So
you can't complain about their spirit today. They've shown more spirit than last week. Today there's just a lot of skill errors. Last week it really felt like they really packed it in halfway through the second quarter.
Yeah.
And that's what you want to see. Bombers supporters just want to see their team have a little bit of endeavour. They want to feel good about a loss. They don't want to feel like the loss was because they gave up.
Yeah. The interesting thing is, I'll have a look at the disposals. It's very even in the disposals generally. What would we use for pick one? I don't think we need a ruck, and that's even though there is a good ruck option that's supposed to go very high in the draft, Van Hutton. But Essendon doesn't really need a ruck necessarily. They have 2 ruckmen in the VFL that are developing nicely, Vincentini and Gerine. So I don't know if another ruckman is what we need.
They need another outside midfielder.
Outside mid is, especially if Merritt goes, which we anticipate he will, we need another fast. So we need speed and outside mid with clean ball use. And probably
another
defender, because even though we have quite a few good defenders, they are injury prone, as we've seen with Ridley, with Hayes. Redmond strung a few good games together, but he was injured for the first 6 games of the year or so. Like, we do get a lot of injuries down back, so it doesn't hurt to have more defenders.
Yeah.
I think we've got plenty of halfbacks running off halfback players.
Yeah.
But it's more those key defenders.
And James Borlase is out of the game with hamstring awareness.
With Vincentini, is he the brother of the one at Port?
Yes.
Okay.
And they look almost identical, except our one's a little bit skinnier because he's a few years younger. I can't remember the age difference, but yeah, a few years younger.
Okay.
Now, Merritt has a free kick in the centre at the start of this last quarter. He's kicked it long.
Love it if they get the first goal here, Essendon.
And Durham. Sorry, what was that?
Good mark.
Oh, no.
Why'd they call play on there?
What's happened there, umpire? Oh, I don't think he played on. I think that's Port. He didn't play on there.
I told you, this is the umpire training facility against Essendon.
Oh, what did he do? Let me look at the replay. So, that's 50. That's 50.
Oh, my God.
50.
He went to take his kick.
That's terrible umpiring. And
Goodness
I'm telling you.
Me.
I've never seen that before. He went to kick it. The Adelaide player was in his space and tackled him before he didn't even come off his line.
Now they've got another free kick.
Oh, that's
another free kick.
For what?
Got mental Bombers fans on the screen there, absolutely droppings. Well, that is just not good enough. That's 50 from what we've seen for the rest of the start of the year with this stand rule. That is 50 all day long. That's a different rule. That is a different rule. And it's going to cost. It'll cost Essendon here. You watch this to kick to Adelaide.
Because they're out of position. Good job, Langford. Go, Artemis. Langford's putting pressure on, but you know what? They're kicking them from everywhere tonight.
Oh.
And that's the umpire's goal.
Yeah, we just want to understand the game, what the rules are. We don't understand anymore.
No, that was a major stuff up by the umpire there. Major stuff up.
That has gone against everything we've seen all year in the last 2 years. That
is, see, this is what I'm talking about. That 50-metre penalty was brought in for that right there. Not running backwards off the mark, but what they should really be looking at is the players behind the mark, right? Because they'd not called play on and he tackled him. And that was a disgraceful decision. That umpire should be dropped down to the little leagues, not even to the seconds. They need to go back to umpiring training.
Not good enough.
So Daywicks gets it to Unwin. He kicks it into the forward line, just a sky ball. Merritt gets a hand on it. Holding and tackling.
Oh, that could be a free. And he's not paid either, none of them.
Holding.
Wow,
in the back. Tackled without it.
I can't understand how there's 2 frees in that one play.
And that kills the morale of the team.
They get a free, another free.
It's like watching netball. Stop, start.
Oh, come on. Go Artemis. Artemis to Langford. Across to McGrath, who takes a bounce, kicks it to Kako, who marks. Then across to Johnson, who kicks it to Peter Wright, and he marks it.
Paid that.
Oh, really, Josh? That's typical. So now a player can award themselves a free kick. You know what? It's getting so bad that I bet you if a teammate hits their own teammate, I bet you if a player hits their own teammate, they'll give themselves a free
That's right. You just don't know what's going to happen.
goal. That's on song.
Peter Wright
Oh, wow.
has been just straight as an arrow this year.
He's goal number 4, I think.
Yeah, that's goal number 4. And what people will find is one day, Kako will actually come into the game, but then you'll also have Caddy playing a little bit stronger, but then Peter Wright. So one day Peter Wright might kick 3, one day Caddy might kick 3. So I think we're just going to see if Caddy can get himself a couple of goals in this last quarter. I agree with you, Chris. The umpiring has been fairly terrible, but I find it's been terrible more one way than the other.
Right, can they
Generally.
get back-to-back goals? That's what they need to get. Just put some pressure. Get some back-to-back goals here.
So Merritt gets a clearance.
Free kick to Wright.
Free. Got to be a free.
He's going for goal number 5. He's their only likely option up forward today.
Well, they're so worried about Caddy because he's so agile. They're putting 2 on him. And so what you've got to do is you've got to go for the other forwards when that's happening. And I think that frustrates the hell out of Caddy.
And this is the big worry about Mark Keane as a player. Is he absolutely panics against
I'm going to pencil it in. I'm going to pencil it in.
Goal.
And he cannot miss today. Good job. And Roden.
So back-to-back goals for the first time since the first quarter.
Yeah, Mark Keane, not his not the strongest aspect of his game, defending one-on-one. He plays much better as a loose interceptor, and he struggles against an opponent. Good stuff. It's just important to find the little wins for Essendon and to get 2 back-to-back goals, just...
Yep, to keep fighting the game out. That's what you want from the players. He's a really talented forward, and Durham misses the tackle in the centre. Rochelle gets it into the forward. Reed does well to Langford.
Bit too much heat on that handball. Essendon have put themselves under pressure.
But Setterfield gets it across.
Adelaide.
But they've turned it over.
No, he's dropped the mark.
Put pressure on.
Now Adelaide are out on the wing. They've pushed them all the way back to the wing. And can they chop off that switch kick? Adelaide don't have the courage to go for the switch kick. There's chips it, and it's still on the wing. And Rochelle's got it. Nobody's presenting. He kicks it towards the boundary, intercepted by McGrath, takes the game on, and he's legged, but he keeps running.
Oh.
And they're out here on the open side.
Oh, not a good handball. Oh, they're okay, isn't it?
Yep, Kako has it, Mark. Then he runs
takes
around.
Him on, and he runs around, and he kicks straight to the goal square, but it's a 1-on-3. What a shocking decision by Kako to kick there, but Caddy has the free.
Free kick.
Yeah, well, he's been monstered all game, and eventually you'll get one. Eventually.
Well,
sometimes
we're going to pencil this one in. He's going to go around the body.
Lucky let off for Kako kicking to a 1-on-3.
I won't pencil it in because I don't want to curse him, so I won't pencil it in.
Yeah, look, it could go anywhere.
Caddy hits the post.
Told ya.
Oh, no. Oh.
He probably should have gone the drop punt there. His drop punts have been pretty good in the last few weeks. But the kicking will come.
Can they bite? Can they chop this off, Essendon? No. Thilthorpe takes a mark at half back. a booming kick.
And Roberts does really well.
And Roberts has given away a free kick to Rochelle. Essendon have to get back here and set up because they are
This is good
exposed
effort by
to
Essendon.
defense. Yes, intercept mark.
By
And now
Johnson.
they're taking the game on Essendon. They're just working it down the wing.
Adelaide won't like this. They won't like this one bit.
Kako, tackle on the wing. Sharp, tackled out of bounds.
Sharp did not make the same mistake twice. Did you notice? And then the guy was going to tackle him. He made sure it went straight over.
And Nankervis has a little bit to say to Sharp.
See, when you challenge Adelaide, they don't like it. They can fall. They're very mentally weak, the Crows. They can fall off the wagon when you challenge them.
Brian out to Setterfield.
Setterfield going inside 50 and can Caddy brings it to ground. Adelaide with the clearing kick. Knock it out of bounds.
And Setterfield does really well there. But they've called it a mark.
Over the line.
They're chipping it down the wing.
Oh, they're all at sea here, the Crows. They don't know that. Yeah, see, this is what happens when you challenge them. They get spooked.
They're going across the ground. The pressure's on. Now intercept. It's a bit scrappy.
Oh, it's a ball. It's got to be.
Intercept by Durham. Across to Sharp.
Essendon just, oh no.
Across to Durham. Works
Essendon
hard.
could have gone through the corridor there. What are they doing? Skill error costing them.
Oh, good.
And then a mark in the forward 50 by Adelaide. About 45 metres out. He'll be kicking from about
I'll look for a short. No, he'd try to find a short pass here if I'm Essendon looking out for the short pass.
Adelaide with their own set of skill errors now.
Ball in dispute.
Shocking.
Good job, Jones. In dispute again. Pushing it backwards and holding the ball. It's got to be.
Oh, they've absolutely been spooky, the Crows. They're playing awful.
I'd like to see the pressure rating.
And Peter Wright, can he hit a really awesome field kick here? He decides to go sideways and they're going to work it down the wing.
Oh, no.
Setterfield.
And
Into the centre. This is a risky kick. And they turned it over. And Rochelle.
And at this point of the game, I think Peter Wright should have just gone straight long down.
Rochelle hesitated there. So even he could have ran on there, Rochelle.
Yep.
He'll probably kick it though because he's very good with the bend. But he could have, So they definitely spooked. I agree with that. Peter Wright should have executed that. He should have made the risk.
I think they might not have been set up very well down the ground, but I think you ought to take that risk.
There's no benefit to going backwards and sideways. You're 43 points down.
Yeah.
Just have a go.
I think he could have run 10 or 15 metres too and booted it from sort of just inside the square. You know what I mean?
Wright's a very good field kick. He should have backed himself in there.
But that was the wrong option there by Setterfield. He should have went down the line. Going into the centre at that point is not it's a dangerous play. And there were 3 Adelaide there. You're not going to the kick has to be so good to hit that target. It doesn't happen often.
Well, I think you've unveiled. I think Jackson Artemis is going to be a player.
Yeah, well, he's contracted for next year.
He's basically a Nick Martin type.
Yeah. So Durham tries to get it, doesn't succeed, and it's kicked into Adelaide forward line. They all go up. Artemis is tackling.
Oh, that's throw. He threw that. He threw that.
It's not going to be paid. Goes.
Hey.
And now it's a ball in just outside Adelaide's 50.
They got to stick with it, Essendon. Adelaide are not playing that well. Just got to stick with it.
Yep.
Right, even when Rochelle gets that goal, there wasn't much celebration.
Yep. Gets a clearance, and it goes up and under.
And back out of bounds.
Alachka punches it over. So there's another ball in about 20 metres further along.
I think if Essendon can go down by 4 goals, that's a huge win for Essendon.
Yeah. So ball comes in. Peter Wright taps it down. Adelaide player kicks
Straight
it
up in the air.
up in the air.
Hospital ball.
Kako tries to stand under it. Not sure that was 15.
Oh, he has to do better there, Kako. Oh, there you go. This will be a goal.
Yeah.
And Rankin makes no mistake.
But that
Oh, he just had to do better there, Kako.
He really should have had another Essendon player come over the top and punch it. That was that's what should have happened. He's just had that height advantage, didn't he?
Yeah.
So, but they should have been awake to that player running through there, because it was outside 50. They were either going to kick it or they're going to try and get it off to someone who can kick it long.
Can Essendon string 4 or 5 goals together in the last 10 minutes?
And it's picked up by Sharp, who's tackled immediately. And there's a ball up just inside the square, heading towards Adelaide's goal. And Brian gets the ball down to Merritt, to Roberts, to Johnson, across to Pryor on the wing here. He kicks it.
Just got to kick it down to right.
Beautiful mark by Caddy, who takes the game on and keeps running and then kicks into spearing pass to Peter Wright. Peter's given away another free kick.
Yeah.
Chopping the arms, I think, that one.
This
Or
is
a
for
push.
6.
Could've been either.
Is this for goal
Going
number
for
6? 6 saucy goals.
And this is the player I wanted at Collingwood. And he wanted to come to Collingwood, but we had a salary cap was shit, and we couldn't fit him in when we were trying to ship off players because we had a salary cap was absolutely smashed.
All right, buddy.
He's missed, I think.
Yeah, just
fades
to the near side here. But that was a kick outside 50, and he's been pretty straight all game.
Yeah, it was probably his toughest
Mark
kick.
Keane is a huge liability in Adelaide's defence when he has to play on an opponent.
Yeah, when Hinge comes back, he'll be dropped.
So Adelaide kicking up the wing. Dawson kicks it out wide, still on the wing. It's a slow build-up. Kick into the forward 50.
Crows are waiting for the siren to go because they look gassed. Through his legs, Artemis.
Setterfield.
Recovered by Setterfield. Back to Setterfield. Handball back to the goal square. Essendon are mucking around with it here. Will they get out of trouble? No. Adelaide are going to shoot for goal with the check side, and it is out on the full. Lucky let off there.
I don't like handballs in the back line. A kick in the back line, you can steady. You can take possession and wait for your players to set up the field. Handballing the back line just adds pressure to the ball carrier.
Setterfield, long down the line, safe kick.
Peter Wright spoils it. Prize being held, thrown to the ground, no free kick. What a surprise.
Wow.
Great call, guys, and Ray, well done keeping your shit together with those calls. Yeah, thank you, Connie.
That one, he didn't have the ball and he's thrown to ground, I find Essendon should flop a bit more. They don't get enough free kicks because they're not the flopping types.
They'll ping him here, you watch.
Yeah. And that's terrible umpiring.
That's shocking.
Again.
That's not holding the ball, I don't think.
Nah. He grabbed the ball and they kind of fell on him.
You've got to protect the guy going for the football. You can't penalise them for being at the bottom of a pack when they've had no prior.
And
yeah.
That's That should have been a free kick on the wing to
Oh, look,
Pryor there. And
Look, there's a lot you can take out of today. It doesn't feel as depressing as last week, even though the scoreline wouldn't suggest that it's better. But the just general play, it's much more encouraging.
and if we have any
This is for
footy
his
gods,
first goal here as well. So we've had 2 first goals here. This might be a third one.
yeah, and the footy gods let us down there.
And it's lovely to see the newbie kick his first AFL goal and his family's up and about, and we like to see that.
When was the last time 3 debuts in a game kicked a goal? That must be since the GWS Gold Coast days, yeah?
Probably.
Yeah.
Yeah, it would be. See, that nothing you can do there with that good delivery. Reid was right on his hammer. And I would nearly... Reid's getting a bit of cramp. I hope it's a bit of cramp. Maybe it's safer to take him off. Reid is one of these players that has had a lot of injuries and he's strung together a whole season. But maybe if they can keep it in the Essendon forward line for a bit, he won't have to work so hard.
And the lead's blown out to 10 goals. But it has been a much better contest to watch than that would suggest. And Essendon are going to go forward. Oh, it's been cut off. Alachka falls into his hands. Beautiful little pass to Wright again, who's got another chance to go for goal number 6.
Kicking from about 40 metres out. Almost.
With this one here, I'm pretty confident with this one. I'm gonna pencil it in. I'm gonna pencil it in.
All right, come on, buddy.
Go to 10-7-67 to 19-7-121. Oh, I'm assuming he's gonna kick this. He'll kick this.
Got it.
Yeah.
Bang.
He's a beautiful kick for goal.
Peter Wright has had 17 disposals and 6 goals. He's got to be Essendon's best to field
today. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
He's rucked around the ground in the centre, kicking, 6 goals won.
And this is what I always argue. Peter Wright is he gets a real bad rap from fans that don't watch a lot of Essendon games. He's actually a really solid player. If he was in a good side, he'd kick 60 or 70 goals a year.
He's gave Keane the absolute bath, read him a bedtime story, gave him a bit of good night, absolutely bathed him.
Yep.
Ball.
The coaches have been on him as well.
And Sharp kicks it into the forward. It's contested. Adelaide has possession and they're trying to work it out, and they do now. Go across to the wing. And Cook has it on the wing here.
We don't put as much spirit in it as Lucas, Chris.
Langford?
We make it sound we're like ABC commentators, just discussing what happened. Lucas puts a bit of theatrics that we like.
Yeah, Mr. NBN, because he said, Mr. B on Twitter, he said that I've noticed there's a lot less swearing than previous watch-alongs.
Now Artemis has it on the far side. And he's kicking along the line to Redmond, who doesn't mark it. Adelaide's running it along the wing and are being hemmed in, and it's gone out of bounds.
Essendon players need someone to teach them where to position themselves at the fall of the ball when that's brought to ground, because that's just going to come with a little bit of experience. And if you can recruit an experience like an old sort of head to come and teach your guys. Yeah. That's what I think is missing.
Adelaide in the top 4.
So, wow. Kyle Langford, he does play a utility role. He does suffer from it because he has to play a lot of opponents and positions.
And where will McGrath's kick go? Anyone's guess.
Fucking hell.
It hit a target. Whoa!
And it's Durham here on the wing, who then gives it to Sharp, who has to have had a fair few possessions. He kicks into the forward to Kako, who doesn't mark it. Conchianis
pulled out a little bit of that contest. He was a bit worried about what was coming the other way.
Durham's trying to get it
But
out.
we won't hold that against him.
Well, when you're that small, I don't mind you pulling out of targets, like out of contests, because you're going to get cleaned up. And then you're just going to be out for weeks at a time. So Setterfield has been...
Oh, falling into his back, umpire.
That's got to be a free. Oh, you're not given.
No, I don't even expect them.
They don't pay in the back much this year, do they?
Oh, now they've called that high. Are you serious?
No. He ducked there. Dor. That's ridiculous umpiring.
There are two things there's two things I really hate. Players dropping to their knees and then players running horizontal. They're running horizontal into the player.
Oh, you're kidding.
Oh well, he held out the Essendon defender, allowing regulation mark.
Yeah.
So, bit of experience there at play.
Experience in the Adelaide team and inexperiences in the boys in yellow by the actual sounds of it.
No, that's just good play there. That's what you guys need to work out how to do the same thing. This is the thing when it comes down the other end, you need your players blocking for each other and creating space, and they don't do it. They're all like lunging at the football together.
I agree, but that shouldn't have been. The ball should not have been in that position. The ball should have been free kick down in front of the Essendon forward 50, and it would not have been a problem. The kids are stolen the ball.
He just shrugged off the Footscray fan there, just pushed him aside, and there was Stuggs on the middle. It was funny to see that.
Yeah.
And that's a very accurate summation of how the Bulldogs actually play their football. It's very easy to push off the football.
Yeah. But to be fair, why is Artemis on Tex Walker in that goal square there? That is not his matchup.
They've got to be careful here, Bombers. They don't want to concede too many here in the last 5 minutes. They've been good all day. Let's not the effort go away.
So,
thumping kick.
And they're kicking them from everywhere today. They're just having one of those games.
He has Billy Dowling had not kicked a goal before today, and I think I would guess number 3.
See, once again, just like the game last year, it's the small forwards that are doing the damage.
Yeah.
I think Walker and Filthorpe have been pretty much held all game, to be honest. Like, they're always going to kick a couple, but they haven't done anything special. It's the smaller forwards.
It's just a big bit of a class differential here. The Adelaide players know exactly when to strike and which kicks to take. But if Essendon can hit the 12-goal mark, that's not a bad effort considering they've been struggling to kick 60-odd points for quite a while now.
What's the clearances like? Because this was one area where we thought Essendon could exploit.
Let's have a look.
There's no Berry. There's no Pedlings. That's 2 of their major clearance players.
So let's have a look for clearances.
No, team.
So team clearances. Oh, yeah. Let's just make sure we get another Adelaide free kick.
About almost even.
Almost even, yeah.
Okay.
Oh. And they're gonna just blow this out a little bit more than it deserved to be.
Yeah. So I feel like Essendon has actually played a lot better than what's on the scoreboard.
Yeah.
And I think they haven't had much love from the decisions being made today. I don't even think the umpiring is broken even. Bad decisions for each side. I think it's pretty much one way.
Still thought nails goal number 5.
So let's see if Essendon can get a clearance. And
Gee,
And the
what's McGrath
Essendon
doing
fan
on?
with the target is packing up his target and going home.
Oh, no. But what's McGrath doing on Philthorpe, though?
well, I think McGrath actually got a little bit in the way of Reid there because Reid had to reach over McGrath to try and get that spoil. So that's a little bit of communication that needs to.
The man with the target in the crowd needs to get out on the ground and needs to run around the ground holding the target to field kicks. So they can't get it to goal.
And what's Pryor doing on Philthorpe? And McGrath, like Merritt's being held in the centre. The Essendon player, doesn't get any free kicks in the centre here.
And Rankin is leading the fantasy points.
They just need a goal here, Essendon. They just need a. They don't deserve this to be a blowout. Just got to get one back. Just get
From
one or two
Giannis
back.
to Alachkar, who kicks it long into the square. And Caddy has got front on contact, surely.
He paid
Thank
it.
you.
Yeah, and
I
I'll
didn't
pencil
want to.
It's got to be. I reckon Mark Keane has given away about 9 free kicks today.
Yeah.
Yeah, he'll be dropped when Hinge comes back.
And he gets his goal.
Yeah.
He's worked hard all game. Triple teamed, double teamed, poor entries. He's had it all. Missed one or two. They should have kicked, But Adelaide should have probably done a little bit better there. If you've got 1 minute to go and you let the side get another goal, that's not good defence.
Head. Oh, there's a sign there. What's that say? Head times the charm. Very interesting.
There's the Essendon Mafia at the back who are going to decide everything this year.
Yes.
Oh, I can hear some South Australians booing at that Andrew Rolch. Oh, just a messy
Adelaide.
situation with these.
Yeah. The sting's gone out of it. The pressure's sort of lifted.
And it's a similar scoreline to Carlton and Brisbane last night, if you can believe it.
Yeah.
Not if you can believe it in this game, if you can believe it in last night's game.
Yeah.
Now, Keys hasn't had much of an impact today, really. You can't run around, mate. You got to go right over your line.
Just go back and kick the goal, man.
He's going to try and fatten up his stats.
You'll probably kick
goal
this.
number 3.
And he does.
Yeah, he does, yeah.
And it is both teams were very accurate today. It is a 12-goal win in the end to Adelaide.
Yeah. But I actually say the general play, it was probably more like a 35-point win in general play.
So,
I thought,
11-7-73 to Adelaide, 23-7-145. It's a post-game review. We'll stick around for 10 minutes here, and Ray will give her thoughts, and Void will give his thoughts, and they're 3-2-1 at the end. So, what are your thoughts about the game, Ray and Void?
do you want to start?
Oh, you start?
You want me to start?
Your turn.
Okay. I thought it was a very even effort in terms of pressure by Essendon.
Yep.
They actually had a lot of the ball. The efficiency of their kicking was below what it should be. but that comes with, and didn't really come with that much pressure, I felt, from Adelaide. It was just more the unforced errors. And that just comes with connection, experience and things like that. But Setterfield and Merritt both had 28 disposals. And Setterfield played quite a lot in the centre as well as Merritt today. I thought, it was a very even showing. And I thought the biggest standout is probably, definitely Peter Wright. When you kick 6-1 and have 17 disposals and 8 hitouts, that's a top game. I thought the small forwards put good pressure on. I thought there was good pressure around the ground. So I think there's a lot to be taken out of the game. I think their connection is growing. It seems like it's just going to get better with each game now. They're sort of getting a bit more consistency.
3-2-1. Peter Wright, easy, best on ground. I think I'm gonna go with an unlikely choice, and I'm gonna say Will Setterfield for 2 votes.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm gonna say he didn't. I'm gonna throw in Artemis for 1 vote because I actually think he really got involved in the play off halfback.
Mm-hmm.
And was very clean with his ball use, and he got 20 disposals. But Durham and Merritt were probably unlucky to miss out.
Yeah, I agree. Obviously, we only give 3-2-1 to Essendon because that's all we care about. But overall, I do think Peter Wright was probably best on ground for overall influence over the game. And then you'd have to, probably do Dawson as an overall.
This is back-to-back games that Dawson's had 30 disposals against Essendon.
Yeah. So he's their main weapon, Dawson.
And I think, watching Essendon today, Lucas will be safe next week.
Yes.
But we're not coming back this again, are we? It's been a good streak.
No, I think you'll be safe, honestly. Yeah, jeez.
Well, Geelong have that bigger body side that's always hard to beat when you're a young team.
Yeah, I think this is about as good as Essendon could probably play today.
Yeah, they just didn't put it on the scoreboard with their turnovers and their entries. Their entries into forward line. How many overall entries did they get compared to Adelaide? They would have got pretty similar by what you see visually. Let's have a look. Let's see. Is it inside 50s here?
Uh, 49-58.
Yeah. So Essendon had 49, right? Yeah.
Yeah. So Essendon, 22% forward line efficiency. Adelaide Crows are basically 40%, so that's a big difference.
Yeah, that's exactly right. I thought the other person I think probably needs to have a bit of a shout out is Reid. I thought Reid in the back line today had an amazing game. This is his first full season. He really had to look after the tools by himself. And he really stood up. So I think he's had a really good whole season. He's done this every game when the other defenders have sort of been in and out. And so he's really had to hold down that back line against all sorts of players. And tonight there's two big players down there that really, require big defenders. And so he did a really good job. The other person was Jones, had a really good first half. Maybe less so in the second half, but that he had moved up the ground a little bit. But Zach Reed's just coming into his own. He's 24, so he'll get stronger and bigger. So being 24, he hasn't played that many games. He's an under 50 game player. So yeah, he's played 38 games, Zach Reed. So you can imagine what he'll be like in hopefully a couple of years when he's more experienced, and probably a bit stronger, because your body gets stronger as you get older with these big guys. You know, he's 202 centimeters. So yeah.
My player watch was Langford. I thought the better the more that the game went on, the better he was. I thought in the end he was quite solid. Yeah. What would you think?
Yeah, I thought Langford played a good game. He had 19 touches, and he was mainly in the back line, and so he had a few intercept marks as well, and he's a good pressure player. That's the other thing. He does pressure the opposition. So I thought he got better as the game went on, definitely. And I don't know if that's because you're settling into a position, settling into an opponent, which he doesn't always get, because he's shifted around quite a bit, even within games.
Yeah, so 11-7-73 to Adelaide, 23-7-1-45. Ray, did you actually give your 3-2-1 there? Did you actually officially give it?
Yes. Peter Wright.
Yep.
Then it was Setterfield.
Yep.
And then I think, what did you say, Artemis?
No, that's mine.
That was yours. I'm trying to think who I would actually put as my third, because there's quite a few on that. It was pretty even after that, but I would probably do I think Sharp might be my third. He was involved in a lot of contests and a lot of play around the ground, and being a first-year player, he did have a lot of influence. And then Reed would be Reed and him are probably my three, sort of on a par.
Yep.
So, but there were many sort of at that 3 to 4 point, that even level, sort of at the end. Two standouts, and I think then you could throw a blanket over half a dozen.
Yeah, right. I was just about to wrap it up there. But Ray and Void, thanks for joining. This was very good here, very good in the comments. Thanks to everyone in the comments. Chris, Pepsi Power, Mello, many came in for a little bit at the end there. Josh came in. Connie, well done, Connie. Thanks for checking in, Connie. If I missed anyone here, I'm just going through the comments. Don't think I've missed anyone. Hotkey joined us a little bit. Sean also joined us for a little bit as well, and MD Melbourne and Stefanos. So thank you so much for those guys. The Rays Bomber Corner will be back against Geelong. So I'll be doing some.
That will be that will be interesting, that one.
Oh shit! If Dangerfield's back, how long I can take this? Boy, oh boy, wow, we. But no, we really enjoy this. This is a good segment, and we will definitely be doing more Bomber Corner stuff with Ray watchalongs. Absolutely, we've got 3 games to go. She'll be doing all 3, hopefully, Ray. And Void, you'll be doing them as well with her.
Yeah, should be.
Absolutely. Oh well. Hopefully you're not backstage, Void. And yeah, support your wife. Go through the pain with her. I have to go through the pain.
Oh, he does. He does.
Oh, there you go. Nudity run is on the way. We won't talk about that. But no, anyway, thank you two so much for coming in, as well as you, Void. Don't forget you. And we will see you hopefully next week for the Geelong game. When is that Geelong game? I've got no idea when that is. Is that a Saturday? Please don't tell me. A Sunday.
Normally, Essendon plays Sunday, but that was my guess. Let me just.
If it's a Thursday game, I'm sick of these Thursday night games. Please tell me it's not a Thursday night game.
Saturday at 4:30. So we tend to get Sunday 4:30 or Saturday in the afternoon. That's what we tend to get.
Thank God for that. I don't want another Thursday night game.
Yeah, I don't like Thursday night ones, really.
Oh, there you go. Saturday 4:35 confirmed by Mello. So you'll be joining us then. We'll do the pre-game show at 4:30, 4:25. We'll let you do a pre-game show for 10 minutes. And then I'll step in. Yeah, Kiri, Mr. NBN, said there was a lot less swearing he noticed. Thank you for that, Kiri. Smart ass. So speaking of that, yes, I don't blame you with those umpires. After this stream, immediately on the Geelong Zone, Kiri will have his Sunday roast. He will do his review of the Geelong and who did we play? Collingwood. He'll do the review of the Geelong and Collingwood game straight after this. But Ray and Void, thank you so much for joining, and we will see you next week. I really do appreciate it.
No worries.
See you, everyone. Bye.
Bye, everyone.
Good to them. So this has been very successful. We try. See, this is what we do at the Geelong Zone. We try things. We tamper with things. And we tried this with the Hawks game just for something. We need a bit more. We need bit more diversity on the show, apparently. So it's good that we can get a woman on this show giving her opinion. Fantastic stuff. So everyone can get off my fucking back about it. And looks like the Bomber Corner is here to stay. Fantastic by Ray and Void. Thank you very much for watching. Straight after this, Kiri, Mr. NBN, will be doing the Sunday roast. So stick around for the Sunday roast. He'll be doing it. I might pop on there as well. Actually, I'll leave him to that. He can do that by himself. And I'll pop in the comments. So go say hello to him. But anyway, Sunday roast up next with Kiri. Thanks so much. Thank you for Ray and Void. And we will see you, in 5 minutes for Kiri, Kiri's Sunday roast show. Thank you and goodbye for now.